Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Beacon in the Dark, which I think, at least I'm like 99% sure, is also the 100th episode overall of the Ephemeral Orb. This is being season 3 of the Ephemeral Orb, so yay, congrats us. We made it to 100. I don't plan for these milestones in any way, but here we are. Coincidentally, something did happen in the story at this point. So yay us, and thank you to everyone for joining me once again on this little adventure. Nothing? Okay.
Nice.
I think we deserve birthday inspiration.
No.
I was legit going to give it to you until Zelris said no, so... Okay, there's that. Speaking of which, we'll go in the details when it comes to the recap, of course. But as the viewers who have watched the previous episode know, Zelris' character has left on an adventure of her own, at least for a little bit. Zelris will be playing a different character, but that particular character will be introduced a bit later in today's session. So I will ask Zelris to formally introduce herself and her character a little bit later, but she's still here in voice chat and still playing. Like technically you can compel people in terms of like actual gameplay, Zelris. It'll be a little bit weird to like pass out fate points, but we can do it, I guess. Either way though, as usual, let's have our players introduce themselves and their characters. Of the other three players, the dice say that we should start with DoomGoblin and his character. And also, DoomGoblin, could you please let everyone know what might be different about Bladebeard? And I'll also ask this for everyone else.
Yeah, sure. I am DoomGoblin. I play Captain Bladebeard, and I added +1 to his forceful. Because, I don't want to be weaker than frail old ladies anymore. A bit more forceful from now on. Also, in the last session, he learned the price of mercy, something he'll never show again. So makes sense for him to be a bit more forceful.
Funnily enough, he's still less forceful than his mother, who has a forceful of 3.
That's completely logical.
Baby steps, DoomGoblin, baby steps. Like Martha said last session, Bladebeard is a growing boy, so it makes sense. But thank you very much. And next, according to the dice, we would have Sir Thompshire. Could you please go ahead, introduce yourself and your character, as well as tell us what may be different about Benjamin?
Sure, as always, I'll be playing Benjamin Aaran, the sailing sellsword. And for this time around is a little bit sneakier. I don't really have a deep reason behind it. He just is, because he's wearing black, I guess. Since he doesn't have his Orb of Deception stunt anymore, I gave him a new one that essentially goes like this. If an enemy attacks me on their previous turn, in my next turn, I get a +2 quick if I decide to attack them back. And that's, essentially all that changes, so I'll probably leave it at that.
Indeed, and thank you very much, Thompshire. I will, repeat for the viewers that, Benjamin losing the orb isn't a punishment or something. We just, decided, hey, Bud's using it 99% of the time. Kind of makes more sense for Bud/Moark to have that stunt, if that makes sense. But yeah, thank you very much, Thompshire. And speaking of, Banrak, could you please go ahead and introduce yourself and your character?
Yes, hello. I am Banrak, playing as Captain Moarg, or Captain Bud, as he was previously known as. He's still going by both. The name Bud isn't really going away, it's just, I figured he knows his name now, and he's become more comfortable with it, so Yeah, he goes by both Bud and Moarg for both conveniences. And I finally updated his description because he changed a lot last season and I never updated it. So now it is updated to reflect that Bud is now more fellified and more spiky. And that he wears a Colterian nobleman's coat now.
Funnily enough, the description is, I think, the one part of the character sheet that the viewers cannot see because it's not part of the overlay. I'll read it out loud just for convenience's sake. Moarg's new description is a very tall and bulky ogre. He has dark purple skin with a hint of fell corruption throughout his body with several spikes throughout. He wears mostly pirate gear that was once worn by a rich Colterian naval captain, carrying around a large fill cannon and a massive mace strapped to his back. Yeah, that is Moarg. And thank you very much, Banarak. Full disclosure, like, just instinctively, I guess, I might wind up accidentally saying Bud instead of Banarak a couple times. Not Bud instead of Moarg, not Banarak, that's different. Anyway, yeah. Full disclosure.
Yeah. And I also gave a +1 to his flashy because I felt, well, Bud's a very flashy ogre. That's just generally how I've portrayed Bud or Moarg. I'm gonna call him Bud still, so if anyone accidentally calls him Bud, it's fine. And then, of course, I gave him Benjamin's old stunt of Orb of Deception, like we said, because he just uses it more, I guess. I wasn't planning on stealing the stunt, it just kind of happened that way.
Yeah. Also, can you guys hear me fine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Zelris, thank you for the Discord message, because I wasn't sure if I was the only one with that problem.
Yeah, I think everyone can hear it.
Yeah. Banrak, your, like Zelris said, your microphone sounds a bit off, but we could hear you still. Just sounded a bit off. Thank you.
It was very strange. It happened
Sorry, I'm
mid-sentence.
I'm having mic issues, definitely.
Okay, no worries. While you go ahead and fix that. Last time, Thompshire did the honors and read the recap of what happened. So, as is more or less tradition, I'll give you the choice, Thompshire. Would you like to pick who will read the recap, or would you like to let the dice decide?
I'll go ahead and let the dice decide.
Okay. Then I will roll a d5. 1 will be Banarak, 2 will be DoomGoblin, 3 will be me, 4 will be Thompshire, and 5 will be Zelris. Okay? Let's see what happens. Banarak, apparently. How's your microphone? Yeah.
Is it good?
Now we
Yeah,
can
it's
hear
good.
you. Now we can hear you. So, would you like to do the recap now or in post?
I can do it now. Hopefully I don't have issues.
No worries. For the moment, we can hear you fine.
Okay. Let me know if it changes or, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I can do the recap. I will do that now. As the divisions plaguing our heroes continue to grow, some third parties have started to take an interest. Captain Bladebeard discovered that after rescuing the shipwrecked Zandalari troll, the Good Fortune, had become infested with small raptors. Fortunately, he, alongside Benjamin Aaran, managed to capture the rodents before they could do too much damage, though the ship's chef, Swimmy, ended up killing one. Meanwhile, Lyri Embersorrow, still bitter from the loss of her left hand, received sending messages from the Sun Fury Blood Elves in the Netherstorm. Their leader, Askeri, was apparently quite concerned about her and asked several mages to contact Lyri. Our hero, just finally feeling threatened by Bladebeard, decided to release the captive ogres below deck, then leave for the Netherstorm. However, she soon discovered that the ship's arcane dust supply had gotten spoiled during the recent flooding. While attempting to release the ogres and growing frustrated at her missing hand, Lyri was contacted by Viceroy Nazar of the Shadow Guard. The Ethereal was especially interested in our hero due to her seeming control over her void abilities and questioned her about this. He then taught her in a way to create a magical replacement hand, as well as a better way to disguise herself. Lyri proceeded to release the ogres and call Captain Bud below deck. Once free, they eagerly reaffirmed their loyalty to Bud, who retook the name Moarg for himself. The ogres offered their services as crew members of the Good Fortune and provided repairs for the ship. Benjamin and Bladebeard, however, were skeptical of Lyri's attempts at redemption and decided that the pirate captain should keep watch over her. The dwarf was soon distracted by his mother, however, who, distraught over Spellbeard's death, pleaded with her son to take the ship back to Stormwind. In the meantime, Ascuri herself came for Lyri, and the two quickly teleported away to the Netherstorm, using a Hearthstone, right before Bladebeard could stop them.
Indeed. Thank you very much, Banrak. You did a great job. So I think, like we briefly discussed, I think, off the record, so to say, we should have, like, at least a scene or two of everyone's reaction and thoughts to Lyri departing before we introduce Zelris' new character. Whether that goes on for 5, 10, 20, however many minutes, doesn't matter, we'll do it as organically as we can. So, I guess sort of resuming right where we left off, I guess we'll visit Bladebeard as he desperately climbed the crow's nest, seeing Lyri alongside a different blood oath over there. The lookout was abandoning her post, I also mentioned that. And right as he scooted over and climbed into the crow's nest, the two blood oaths disappeared above board via a Hearthstone, though I'm not sure if Bladebeard knows that. So I guess we'll start with Bladebeard there, because that's where we left off. What do you think, DoomGoblin?
Sure.
So what's up with Captain Bladebeard?
I believe I mentioned the last time that in his anger he'll rip out the flag of the alliance that they have.
I think, yeah, you did ask to do that, but we had a debate whether Bladebeard was tall enough. Let's say doesn't matter, he's tall enough.
Yeah, sure. But other than that, not much. Just scream and then, I don't know, look into the distance.
You definitely catch the attention of the crew members. If you were to look down, you'll see a crowd gathered around the mast.
He'll just be disappointed at himself that he failed to kill the main bad guy.
Understandable, I guess. What are Benjamin and Moarg doing? Moarg was witness to these events and tacitly allowed them to happen, but I'm not sure where Benjamin is.
He was somewhere. Whatever that means.
I think those were your exact words last time as well. Please feel free to elaborate.
I guess it was probably above deck, somewhere minding his own business. Probably trying to somewhat not bother Lyri too much, I guess.
Then you probably would have also been witness to these events. Like what happened at the end of the last session.
Fair enough.
If nothing else, I think Ziharu will yell out from the bottom of the mast, "Captain, are you well?"
Sure.
Is something the matter?
The Lyri escaped.
Escaped?
Like I kind of predicted she would if we untie her and ungag her.
The crew like starts muttering, like especially like the Lyri quote unquote loyalists, like the cult people. The other crew members don't really seem to care one way or another. Ziharu just looks confused. More so at the choice of words escaped. Well, do you need assistance?
No. I mean, not much we can do now.
Well, I have the latest report ready for you whenever you're ready.
Sure. I'll come down.
Ziharu will wait for that to happen. What are Benjamin and Moarg doing?
I'd say Moarg, I mean, he's satisfied. I mean, he kind of figured that Lyri was going to leave, and he wanted her kind of gone at this point. Not in like a malicious way, more in like a this way everyone kind of wins way. So he's content, and he's just watching over his ogres do their thing, and he's otherwise very cheerful and very happy at the moment.
Understandable. What about Benjamin?
I guess at this point it's sort of just okay, what just happened. So instead of having anything to think, or before he has time to think, he just as soon as Bladebeard gets down, I guess he'll just go ask him what the hell just happened.
Just for context, I think the rest of the like NPCs will return to their posts, except for Ziharu and I guess Linda Krem, who are waiting to give Bladebeard the report. I guess also the lookout, who like abandoned her post. All of you will see like Ziharu chewing her out, but they're speaking in Pandaren, so you don't really understand what they're saying. Yeah, Bladebeard is free to come down whenever DoomGoblin says so.
Yeah, he does so.
Captain, permission to punish the lookout for abandoning her post?
Permission denied.
But, Captain, we should keep discipline aboard.
And how do you intend to punish her?
This was usually Blingy's job. Linda Krem will then say, by Stormwind law, 5 lashes.
Take 5% from her pay this month instead.
Like, her pay this month would be less than 100 of any unit, so that would be fun to calculate. As you say, Captain. He then yells something at the lookout in Pandaren, who scurries back to her post, clearly intimidated. Above board, would you like the three of you to interact first? Like Bladebeard, Moarg, and I almost said Thompshire, Benjamin? Or should Ziharu give his report?
Yeah, let's get the report out of the way.
Well, Captain, first off, well, you know best what this Lyri escape means. I apologize for not being more diligent. As for the ship itself, well, the ogres are proving themselves to be capable crewmen. So far, they're all... I've never seen more enthusiastic sailors, being perfectly honest. They're a fine addition to the crew, I suppose, so that is good, yes?
Aye.
But as for everyone else, they are slightly unsettled. Ogres are, well, they're more used to running away from them, if you understand.
Yeah. I guess.
I do have some good news. The ogres were capable enough to provide extensive repairs to the ship. We are well in better condition than when we departed Stormwind, being honest.
Nice.
The bad news is they take up a lot of supplies. We certainly have enough food for the journey. We were carrying lots of foodstuffs for Marshtide, but we probably will not have enough water to make it all the way to Booty Bay.
We'll be making a stop at an island, so we can get water there, I guess, and hunt some animals or gather some fruits and stuff.
Of course, you mentioned this, Captain. I just thought I should mention it, that a straight route to Booty Bay would be difficult.
Anything else?
No, not really. I'll paste these numbers in our Discord above board.
Thank you, Zihar.
Anytime, Captain. Will there be anything else?
No, I can see the report in the Discord. Thanks.
Discord, Captain? Is there an issue?
No. Sorry. I'm just breaking the fourth wall. Don't mind me.
As Bladebeard looks at the camera and Ziharu wonders why he's staring at nothing. Right, Captain. I'll return to my duties, and he gives you a slight bow, as does Linda Krem, and will depart as, I presume, Benjamin and or Moarg join Bladebeard.
Yeah, let's all join up. If you guys have nothing against that.
Care to explain what all that was?
Lyri escaped.
Meaning?
She's on Outlands.
How?
The pantsless floating dagger elf got her.
Oh, her stepmom.
Stepmom? Sure. Yeah, her.
So, are you telling me she just showed up, grabbed her, and left?
Basically.
I think she said something about, spamming spell.
I don't know if, like, spam is in the lingo of, like, Azeroth. I imagine when someone says spam, everyone else thinks pork fat, I guess. Pig fat.
Probably. I mean, it's just bought in misinterpreting words again.
Fair.
Yeah, bud. This kinda your fault.
Well, I mean, it worked this way. It worked out for everyone. Lyri is no longer here, and she didn't want to be here, and you guys were unhappy with Lyri, so everyone wins. No more Lyri, and Lyri is happy elsewhere.
I will not be happy until she's dead.
Well, that would make Bud unhappy, so...
But Lyri wanted to leave your ogres to that Roy guy on Outland. But I saved them. She wanted to put them on that ship full with explosives. But I saved them. And this is how you repay me? By letting her go?
She wanted to what now?
Banneret, just cause, like, I know sometimes you don't remember stuff. Bladebeard is lying by omission a little bit here.
I don't remember if Bud knows that, though.
Bud definitely doesn't. But
yeah.
I'm informing Banneret.
Okay, well.
Basically, she's a horrible person, and I guess you are as well, because you helped her, and I'll remember this.
Hey, to take it a step back, okay? Look, at this point, we might as well just, accept that she's gone and just move on,
That's what I think.
Yeah, I guess. I guess I'm a bit stressed. I should really get laid pretty soon.
Okay.
Also, I mean, I always know where she is. Once we get some arcane dust, we can teleport to Outlands, find her, kill her.
There's more important things going on, so maybe push that to the back of your mind for a moment.
Yeah, you're right. It's better if we let her get to us. Set a trap.
That's not necessarily what I was referring to, but it makes
Yeah,
it feel better.
Yeah, that's a good point, Benjamin. She does have a brother. Stefano or something.
Sorry, sorry.
We can find him and make him scream so loud that even people on Outland hear him.
I don't think you'd be able to judge Lyri if you did that.
Oh, I don't want to judge her. I want
You want to kill her? Okay, we get it. Just calm down and go get laid or whatever. Just yeah, do that.
To be fair, above board, it's kind of hard for Bladebeard not to think about Lyri, considering every second or so he gets a stray thought, oh, Lyri's over there. Oh, Lyri's over there.
Oh, there's another reason to go to the Aaran and get that shit. Just saying.
Yeah, you constantly feel that Lyri's on the other side of the universe at the moment.
Yeah, same with the cat.
Nodders. So,
Alright. Yeah, let's go to Dalaran, I guess.
Can ship fly?
No, but... Wait, weren't we going to meet with Kyrie?
A friend of hers, yes.
A friend? Why not her?
She was busy, I believe.
People are always busy.
It's I think she mentioned she's a bronze dragon. No, I'm not particularly sure about anything else. I guess someone mentioned at some point that Shalad was somehow involved with them. So I don't know.
Wait, another dragon girl?
Yeah, plenty of those around. Very weird.
Nice.
Look more dragon friends then.
I'm actually, never mind. I was going to give a slight spoiler, but yeah, I will say nothing. My bad. Thompshire knows what I'm talking about. So, above board. Anything else, or shall the ship continue on its journey?
Sure.
And as the
Actually, before I forget, I'm going to ask the voice in my head to, like, hey, Lyri has a brother. Help me find him. How do I get to him? Where is he? Advise me.
Okay, so this is how Lyri will return to her campaign. Interesting. Yeah, above board, I think what would happen is, like, the same way you constantly get a ping wherever Lyri is, like every second or so. Also every other second, I guess, you get a ping of where Lyri's brother is.
And where's that?
Um, you get actually like sort of a bird's eye view as like for a split second your consciousness almost like departs your body and you travel like thousands of miles to the west. Yeah, it would be the west. Across the seas, and eventually you would come like your vision would come across like a Blood Oath ship among several other Blood Oath ships that are approaching an island that all you can see on the island currently is that it has some very tall structures and it seems to be like enveloped in a like very ominous looking storm.
Yes.
It's clear that it's like a military expedition, not like he's not a tourist anywhere.
Yeah. I think I know what's going on. But as Bladebeard gets this vision, I think he'll fall on his back.
All of a sudden, Benjamin and Moag Bladebeard falls on his back. Like, not quite mid-sentence, but you know what I mean.
Are you feeling alright?
Yes. I know where Stefano is.
Right.
What was that his name?
I don't know. I don't particularly remember.
I'm pretty sure it was something like that.
I don't know. Just, I mean, okay, sure. That doesn't particularly sound like High Elven or Blood Elven or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, I think you might as well call him Steven, just to be simpler.
Funny
Sure.
enough,
Steven.
funnily enough, because like in WoW, like goblins are sort of more or less based off the Italian mafia. Stefano, I imagine, would sound like a goblin name to you guys. But
Very
either-
goblin name.
But either way, DoomGoblin, I think what Bladebeard would find surprising is that he's never seen or heard about that island before. And he, as like his character sheet says, has traveled all over the world, which is concerning, perhaps?
Yeah. He's on some newly discovered island, I guess. Something I never seen.
I guess he went on an island expedition or something.
Yeah.
Boo this man.
Very stormy place. Like a whole island of lightning.
Huh. Okay. That's vague.
I don't know. Never seen it, but you know, we can visit it sometimes. You know, maybe some hidden treasures are there and stuff.
Sure. Just note that down so you don't forget it or whatever. And it'd be, yeah, let's just do what we have to do for now and then we'll talk, I guess.
Sure.
So, shall the ship continue on its course towards the Lapidus and Gilgam Isles?
That's the idea.
Then I think fairly soon, well, actually maybe like an hour or so, it's currently like late afternoon at this point. An hour or so later, the lookout would yell out something in Pandaren. I imagine it's still very disconcerting to Bladebeard that the lookout doesn't speak the same language, but either way, Ziharu would translate, apparently there is something ahead. It's... He yells out something up again, and the lookout replies, it's a wreck, I think?
A shipwreck?
That's what the lookout says, yes.
Have you learned a lesson from the last one? You know, rescuing people only causes more trouble.
Why, you say we always rescue.
Shall I give the order,
Sure.
Captain?
Yeah, sure. Let's see what's going on.
Just prepare your cannon, just in case.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And the ship would set sail for this shipwreck. And as it comes like closer, would like any one of you guys like go to see what's going on over there? Like look over the side of the ship?
Yes.
I'd say Bud would, yeah.
Then, Zelris, would you care to introduce your new character?
No.
Okay.
All right. Let's turn around and
Yeah.
go back.
Introduce my character.
Like what
I mean-
what would the players see?
They would see a little, I guess, makeshift raft with like just a really big like pole in the middle to try and get someone's attention, I suppose. Just an absolute like wreck. There's like torn like flags and clothing kind of like on it for bedding and like whatever. And on the draft you see a little character who has not been seen yet.
Shall we do the review, Zelris?
Let's do the reveal.
Okay. Then I would direct everyone's attention to the nether storm on the screen, I guess. As I remove it. And this is what everyone would see, and also the viewers see at the moment. So, now do you want to formally introduce your character, Zelris?
For a little while, I can't speak. I will be playing the Vulperian pirate Mera. As you can see, she's a very flashy character and is decently clever, but it's kind of not great at anything else. And she has some pretty cool stunts. I'll post them in the Discord and then I'll say them out loud.
I've also
Oh wait, you already posted them in the Discord. Wow.
I posted the like overlay, not the formal character sheet. I'd also ask you to post your formal character sheet, but like that's a separate
I'll
thing.
do that. I'll do that after the session ends.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember I saved it. So, I'm just gonna list my stunts out in order. So, my first stunt is Pirate Swagger, which means I gain +2 flashy when using my pirate status to influence others. Stand Your Ground is my second stunt, where I gain +2 flashy when defending against larger opponents. My third stunt is Hold No Quarter. Once per session, I can clumsily unleash a flashy flurry of swings against an opponent. My fourth stunt is Luck of the Draw, which means once per session, my bad luck can backfire on those around me, which can be used in combat. And my final stunt is Retreat, which means I gain +2 quick when I'm running away from foes.
You also, I think, missed Sea Scavenger.
Oh yeah, I did. That's just like the Lyri one, but in reverse.
Yeah, kinda, pretty much.
Just because I knew that we kind of needed a clever party member. For some reason, everyone else is just really dumb.
So yes.
But she's good with her hands instead of good with magic, so that's the main difference.
DoomGoblin, do you spot a certain unintentional coincidence?
Yeah.
Okay. I will emphasize that it was unintentional. Either way, this is pretty much what all of you see as Zelris described. As you look over the side of the ship, you hear like some crew members breathe a sigh of relief that's not like an unwashed Zandalari troll or whatever. Though you also hear like some confusion. Vulpera aren't super common yet across the seas. Go ahead, Thompshire.
Yeah, is that a baby worgen?
It's a rabbit.
Looks like a giant rat.
This character will be seeing the ship, will be jumping up and down, kind of waving their hands in the air.
Oh, well, she seems harmless enough, I guess.
Could be harmless, but also could be deadly. Either way, let's help it out.
I mean, you just let one of the deadliest people we ever met escape, so you're...
I mean, as long as we all have our rabies shots, done, I think we'll be all right.
Yeah.
The casual racism there. Okay. Joking. Yeah, the ship would pull in close to Mera's raft. I imagine at this point it's probably like close to collapsing, like Mera jumping up and down would like further damage its already critical integrity, I guess.
Ahoy there.
Is she aboard now? Was she helped up?
The crew would, if Bladebeard allows it, the crew would throw a rope over.
No, not yet. Let's talk first.
Ahoy!
Who are ya?
I'm Mera, the pirate of the bilge rats.
Pirate, mutters the crew, suddenly concerned.
I said she was a rat.
No.
But you're a rat. You just said you were a rat.
No. That's just the name of the crew.
Oh, then what are you? You're like a weird bunny thing.
I am a Vopera, and we are a proud and noble people.
Zihar would lean in to whisper to you, Bladebeard, should we throw her in the brig? I mean, obviously we should rescue her, but a pirate shouldn't be allowed free.
Don't worry, I'm very good with pirates.
Yeah, I'm a pirate.
Oh, you could hear that.
Yeah, you're very loud.
Ziharu, ashamedly, walks back, not saying anything more.
Mera, are you planning to call yourself captain of this ship and try to steal stuff from us?
No.
I mean, she's a pirate. They like stealing things.
Why would I do such a thing?
Wait, I don't like stealing things.
Where could I escape to? Well, on the open ocean.
Yeah.
A decent point.
I mean, we had people escape before.
And you must be pretty bad then, huh?
You're not helping your case, you know that, right?
Well, I'm just being honest.
Honesty is never a good sign.
Wait,
Yes,
but I'm
it is.
honest.
I just escaped almost certain death. Can you at least do me this one favor?
Oh, what did you escape from? Was it Kraken?
I was captured by the blood sail, and then this massive hurricane hit, and everyone else died.
Sounds like a Lyri thing.
A what thing? Is that some kind of euphemism?
Don't worry about it.
Above board, there was a massive hurricane in the second half of Season 1 caused by one troll lady that you all killed. Well, actually, I think Lyri killed her, but yeah.
So it technically was a Lyri thing, just not in the way we think.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Well, we don't like Bloodsail Buccaneers. Actually, I hate them.
I hate them as well. They took me prisoner.
So we welcome her aboard then, right?
Sure. Just don't cause any trouble, or we'll kill ya.
Yarg. I've never seen a ship with an ogre like this.
Oh, hello. I am Bud, or Moarg. trying to go by Morg a little bit more lately, but yeah.
Is Mera let on board?
Yeah.
Then the crew would throw out the rope, but if Mera climbs aboard, the crew would like give her a bit of wide berth, not because she's a vampire, but because of the pirate label. But Mera would see that there are also ogres in the crew. Normal size ogres, though.
What kind of... Is this a pirate ship as well? I've never seen a ship with this many, like, ogres on board.
I think Ziharu would like be like incensed and will say, "We are lawful traders of Stormwind, I'll have you know."
Okay. I mean, no judging. I worked alongside kobolds and gnomes and all sorts of unruly folk.
Yeah, these ogres are my people. We recently freed them from magic bubbles, and they are helping out with ship.
Right. Well, I'm glad to make your acquaintance. And Mera will take off her hat and bow.
I like your hat. It has a very fancy feather like Bud's old hat does.
You have a hat?
Oh yeah, it's on my spike right here.
Your what?
I think one of the ogres will say, "This snack, Moarg."
No, this is little friend. She is pirate like we are.
Pirate. Like the ogres start murmuring the word pirate, not really knowing what it means.
It means we are seafaring strong folk.
Strong, they start collectively chanting and jumping up and down, sort of damaging the floor a little.
Alright, now we gotta fix the floor, but yes.
Everyone sees this. Ziharu says, "Shall we... do you have... well... do you need food? Water?"
Preferably, where are we heading off to? I mean...
Ziharu looks at Bladebeard because he's not sure if he should divulge that information.
Sure. Bladebeard tells her, but I can't remember the names of the islands.
Lapidus and Gilligan.
Gilligan and Lapidus. Isles. That's where we are headed. Presumably just one of those two.
Right.
I don't think Mera's ever been there.
Yeah. So what's the story with the ogres? Why did you need to... Like, this seems pretty, ragtag.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a pirate, it doesn't really matter if you're a dwarf, or an ogre, or human, or even a woman. We are all equal here.
Half the crew
Right.
looks at Bladebeard with a weird look. Mera,
You should work on that, Bladebeard.
What? I just said we were all equal. We don't discriminate.
Okay, whatever. Carry on.
Mera, you will see, out of all things, a kobold with a skull on its head make its way through the crowd, carrying a bowl of broth that it would hand over to you.
Mera would take it, but give this kobold the side eye.
You know like? Critic? No like critics.
Mera will silently kind of give it a sip.
I mean, it tastes more or less average for a broth, but given the fact that Mera's been stranded at sea for so long, I imagine it would taste much better, if that makes sense.
Mera will, I guess, hungrily consume thy broth.
Everyone a fan of Sumi's cooking. Yes, yes. He like throws a glare at Chef Clunk and wanders away. I think much of the crew would return to their posts at the moment.
So, Mera, are you a good cook? Because we might need to replace ours soon.
Do you say that in earsight of Sumi? Not earsight,
Let's say
earshot. Earshot. What did you say?
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Wait, what's wrong with my chef?
Nothing. Love the dude.
Then if we are, what do you mean then?
Swimmy, he's a bit much.
Oh yeah, he's a crybaby, Nora.
Yeah.
The kobold?
Aye. He's the current chef.
Yeah.
We ate the last one. But anyway, can you cook?
I can make things. Mera shrugs.
That's
I mean,
very vague.
I can't cook, but I mean, if you're starving, then I guess it's better than nothing.
We need better than nothing.
That's what I said.
All right. What can you do?
I'm a pirate. A ruthless, cunning pirate. Mera will wave her sword around in the air.
Well, I am Captain Bladebeard, a future greatest pirate, actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, you heard me right.
Well, can you do this? Mera will do a pirate dance, whatever that entails.
I don't know what that would entail.
Some kind of fancy, I don't know. What would a pirate dance even be? She does the gritty or whatever. No.
Okay, sure.
Oh no.
All right. Can I try to pick her pockets while she's dancing?
Of course you can, but since again this is a player versus player thing, I leave it up to Zelris if like she allows this to happen, or if you guys want to do contested rolls or whatever.
He can look in the pockets because there's like nothing in. I mean, she was taken prisoner and then lost at sea, so she doesn't really have much.
All right. Can he steal her hat without her noticing?
Zelris?
The hat. I guess we'd have to roll for the hat. I don't know.
Okay. Then feel free to roll Bladebeard's sneaky, I guess, versus Mera's careful. Mera, you're too far into the dance to know what's going on, I guess.
That's fair.
Alright, then Bladebeard answers her question. No, I don't think I can dance quite like that, but I can do this. And he pulls out her hat.
Mera will, I guess, frantically pat her head. Hey, give me that!
Here you go.
Mera will take it and, like, very aggressively put it back on and style it back to the way it was.
Nobody gonna take Morg's hat. It's on spike.
Is Benjamin the only one without a hat? Maybe we should fix that. Either way.
I think my head's fine.
I guess Mera, I think it might serve as a good introduction to Mera's main flaw. May I offer a compel to your unnaturally bad luck?
Mm-hmm.
That during this whole dance and like hat exchange, Maybe you spill the broth, causing yourself and anyone around you to slip and fall.
Sure.
Okay. Here is a shiny fate point. I leave it up to everyone, I guess. DoomGoblin and Thompshire and Bannerack, if you'd be caught up in this slipping and fall, or maybe we can ask you to roll carefuls. I leave it up to you guys. Okay.
I guess you can do careful.
Yeah.
Give me carefuls to see if you maintain your footing. Bannerack does. Not Bannerack, Moarg, my bad.
Skull.
Everyone does, apparently. Benjamin is, I don't know, nowhere near, I guess. But Mera trips and falls to the ground, and I guess for comedic purposes, the bowl of broth lands on her face.
Ah, you can be the crew's jester.
Very funny.
Indeed.
What happened? You got slippery soup? That's the worst kind.
Maybe this swimmy should go. You're so right. Lyri will. Mera will toss the bowl of broth across the ship.
I think you're projecting. Also, that's the ship's property. Please don't damage it.
Can I get a careful from Mera to see if she hits anyone? A bad roll means she hits someone.
2.
Okay. It lands harmlessly against, I don't know, the mast, let's say, and the bow is still intact.
So, when are we plundering some ships?
Soon enough, but not now.
Look, we're kind of busy, okay?
Mera will point up to the mast. You're not even flying a flag. You know, most people are just gonna know that you're pirates, right?
We are, we're gonna fix that once we get to Booty Bay, but we still have things to do, elves to kill.
Yeah, Booty Bay.
What wrong with Booty Bay?
You're being awfully choosy for someone who just got saved.
Freeport's better. Mera will cross her arms and kind of look standoffish.
Can we toss her overboard?
I think Ziharu would run up to Bladebeard in a panic and say, Captain, the flag is missing.
Yeah. Very unfortunate. I guess we'll get another one when we get to Booty Bay.
But what do we do? If a ship sees us, they will assume we're pirates.
Oh no. What a tragedy. Well, we'll deal with it. I'm very good at lying.
Well, I mean, it's not really great if our surprise is ruined.
I can make a new flag.
Can ya?
You know, I could probably make a better flag.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You gonna do it?
Sure. What do we have?
Well, there are plenty of arts and crafts all over the ship.
Yeah, but aboard the ship would probably have like some spare canvas that you can use. And I guess maybe some paint, though probably not blue paint, I guess.
What about black paint?
Yeah, probably black. Brown too.
Ugh.
I think their symbol is a cat.
No, we don't need the Alliance flag. Just paint it black.
You want to fly a pirate flag?
Sure.
But
I thought we were trying to not be pirates.
I thought the whole point was that we can take them off guard.
Good point. Then Alliance flag it is.
I have a question, DoomGoblin, because I know a detail in your backstory is that, like, regarding a certain flag. Would Bladebeard have brought that?
Like his flag?
How can I like go?
Yeah,
to,
sure. Be more specific, please.
Like you mentioned in your backstory, I think that Marfa designed your first pirate flag. I think, or like made you one, and
Yeah.
I imagine it would be at your Stormwind home. And my question is, when Bladebeard would have gone to his home, would he have taken that flag with?
If it was at his home, then sure.
I imagine Marfa intended it for you to like play with your fellow playmates in Storm and not to take it to the high seas. But yeah, I guess if you want, you can be on board. Yeah.
That's kind of adorable, not gonna lie.
Yeah. I thought that it was on his old ship. But yeah, if it was at his house, then yeah, we have that flag as well.
I leave it up to you to describe it, of course.
I recently, not recently, but some time ago, I designed like what his actual flag should look like. But this one is probably like a bit like funky version of that.
More cartoonish, probably, yeah.
Yeah. Like a skull with a bunch of daggers around it. Like a beard made of blades.
Except since Marfa knows like more kitchen stuff, they're all kitchen knives instead of daggers.
One is a fork.
Yeah, probably. But yeah, that would be on board if you want to use it, but it's obviously up to you if you even want to bring it up, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, sure. But make us an alliance flag, but then when we like go plundering, we quickly switch it with our pirate flag.
You have a pirate flag? Where is it?
Well, it's pretty crappy old flag that I used to have once I became a pirate. But we'll get a new one once we get to Booty Bay, like I said.
So, Booty Bay, right?
Aye.
What's... I won't judge, never mind.
Sure, thanks for not judging the people that saved you.
So, what do you guys do now? Like, obviously the ship will continue on its journey. Do you want to, like, interact further? Is there anything else you have in mind? Do let me know.
I have one thing that I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, like, get, like, a piece of meat and cut it into a bunch of pieces and then go to those little raptors and try to, like, tame one of them? Like, train him to be my pet?
Yeah.
With pieces of meat and stuff.
First of all, give me a clever for something that's like I only know because I'm an IRL pet owner. I'll let you know what it is regardless of your role, but your role...
0.
Okay, so Bladebeard does not know this. IRL, I know this, but I'm informing you guys. The only meat on board would be salted meat, because that like keeps for more time than normal meat. Salt isn't very good for animals, if that makes sense. But Bladebeard doesn't know that.
Maybe lizards like salt. I don't know. I would imagine the sea animals don't mind salt.
Probably. Either way, Bladebeard would not immediately make the connection.
Penguins can drink salt water.
TIO. What can I say? But we're not dealing with penguins.
Alright. I'll pick the prettiest one. and I'll try to train him.
You would go to the informal cell where the troll is held, and she would say something at you in Zandali. Obviously, you don't really understand. She still has your bed sheets, and you see the box kicking, filled with tiny raptors. You'd probably have to be careful to take just one out without letting them all loose.
Or very, very quick.
Yeah, I can.
Or careful, whatever.
I can see either or. Good argument. Yeah.
Alright. I'll try to quickly scan them, see which one is the prettiest one, and grab him and then close the box.
Sure. Give me a quick. By the way, is anyone else with Bladebeard while this is happening?
I don't think so.
Morg or Mera?
No.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
wait,
no.
Before we were all B names, and now we have 2 B names and 2 M names.
Balance in the force, I guess.
Moarg still is Bud, but he's also Moarg.
Yeah, I'm also Moby.
They're oh my god, they're only M and B names. That's hilarious.
Yep.
We didn't even
there
do it-
was an
Did we
S
do that-
name.
Did we do that intentionally?
No.
We started the campaign with exclusively B names because Zelris hadn't joined yet. That was unintentional.
Yeah, also the whole thing where Bladebeard's real name starts with an M, and so does Bud's.
That's funny.
That's a big coincidence.
Wink, wink. Either way, with that roll, yeah, Bladebeard, you have no difficulty whatsoever. I was gonna be skeptical that you'd pick out the quote-unquote prettiest one, but you do manage to do so. This one's scales. Is that what raptors have? Anyway, its scales glisten particularly brightly. It's particularly healthy and all that.
Nice. Alright, you're gonna be my parrot. My pirate pet.
It tries to bite your fingers.
No. Don't do that. You will not get any meat if you bite me.
Continues trying to bite your fingers.
I'll, I don't know, throw a piece of meat in one direction and let him go.
Give me a flashy. Let's see.
Flashy. Alright.
This is definitely flashy. Let's see what this little one does. Yeah, it follows the piece of meat. It follows the piece of meat. Not obediently, but predictably, rather.
Alright, now if you come back, I'll give you another.
It reaches the piece of meat and lets out a snarl when it gets close to it and walks away from it. It's not interested in it.
So you're one of those fruit-eating animals. Herbivore.
The Zandalari says something to you in Zandali you don't understand. She seems amused.
Shut up.
The little raptor would let out a almost like it's laughing too.
Alright, just stay here. I'll get you some fruits.
What do you do, Captain Bladebeard?
I return the meat. And
From the ground,
I'll-
okay.
No. The pieces I didn't throw.
Fair enough.
Actually, even the piece that I threw. Whatever. And I'll get some fruits. I don't know. Do we have some berries?
Probably not, because they don't last long. You'd have citruses, lots of citruses, like oranges, lemons, and all that. You have fish as well, but that fish is salty too. You have salted stuff and citruses. That's what you have.
Sure, I'll take some oranges.
While you do that, Zelris, may I offer you a compel?
Sure.
this will be like a two-part-ish compel. Basically, I'd like to compel your Bilge Rat Buccaneer aspect. That maybe you actually know this Zandalari troll and its raptors. Maybe they were also crew members of your old ship. I'm not saying that like you had to get along or whatever, just that you know each other. And why that is relevant in this particular moment is maybe that little raptor that Bladebeard freed would make its way to you and you would perhaps recognize it. What do you say?
I will not take that compel.
Fair enough.
Just because I do not like this Zandalari.
Fair enough. But yeah, either way. Bladebeard, do you return to the room of the troll and the box?
Yeah.
You return there. The little raptor is nowhere to be seen. To the surprise of
Alright.
no one.
Yeah, I'll go searching for him.
Give me a careful and I'll roll it sneaky. Let's see what it does. You rolled a 3. I'm also rolling. Dum-de-dum. Let me know if you can see the results, because it may be lagging on my end, okay?
Alright, I'll let you know. 5.
That it's nowhere to be seen. You have no idea where it could have gone.
Come on, lizard, come out. You'll get some fruit.
I think if anyone like wants to like intervene, you'd probably see Bladebeard like looking across the ship for something, like holding some oranges or whatever in his hand, like, come on, you get a piece of fruit. But it's clear that he isn't finding what he's looking for.
What's up with him?
He's, I don't know. Maybe he's hunting ghosts.
He's meant to be our captain.
He's been my captain for a while, yep. Although I am my own captain now.
You can just decide to do that on this boat?
Well, I got my own crew, my ogres, my people, and I help pay for ship.
I guess that's valid.
And I also have fancy outfit.
Is the other guy in the trench coat also a captain, or
No, that's just Benjamin.
just Benjamin? Is he just a guy?
He's a guy, but good friend. He gives me good advice, and, don't make him angry. He will throw axe at you. I think that is something I learned in this travel.
Wait, he threw an axe at you?
Oh no, he threw axe at Lyri. Chopped off her arm, made her go crazy, made her go mad. She gone now though. She not dead. She just poof, gone to another storm.
He did actually throw an axe at Bud at some
Yeah, I
point.
remember a render of that.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I think it was like I was aiming at something else and then axe hit you. I don't particularly remember.
Probably.
I don't remember either.
I don't remember
I
him, but
think it was before Lyri. I'm not sure actually.
I don't think Moarg or Bud remembers or cares, really.
Right.
It's not like he lost a limb.
Yeah, Yeah, stay away from making, Benjamin or Bladebeard angry. I guess me too, but I don't get angry that often. Though sometimes I do want to get angry. It's kinda weird.
Maybe out of nowhere, Moarg would hear the voice of the Fell Lord in his mind that say, kill this insignificant creature already.
Shut up, ghost! Yeah, sometimes ghosts visit me and talk to me. It's fine. People think I'm crazy, but it's just my ancestors. It's a thing.
Vero just blink at him.
I think it's because I have good connection with spirits. Oh, I should talk to Zandalari lady about Akunda. Maybe she can help me out with that. I've been having plan lately.
Akunda?
He is mighty powerful Loa,
Yeah.
the troll people, and I was good friends with him for a little bit, but I haven't been talking with him lately, and I want to talk with him again, because he promised to return my memory, and I'm going by Morg now, so it's a good plan to maybe be on good side with him.
I don't know, those Akunda people are pretty strange.
No, but I'm strange too.
Oh, well, I just shrug.
So, do you know Zandalari? Because I don't.
What the language?
Mhm.
Not particularly well.
Oh, poop. Well, I don't know
mean-
how to talk to the Zandalari lady.
The people they always send were always pretty, no good, so I always stayed clear of them.
Oh, that's not good. I have good relations with troll ladies. Well, yeah, actually, pretty good relations usually.
Have you ever been to Zandalar before?
Oh no, but I want to go there someday.
It's pretty, desolate. At least from what I've seen.
I thought it had big jungles.
It does. But Weevil Para aren't allowed in that part.
Oh. Well, hopefully Morg is allowed in the jungle place.
Mera will shrug.
Mera, like, I think, obviously it's up to you what you say, but, like, in the back of your mind, you definitely know, oh, there's no way in hell that Zandalari would ever allow an ogre.
Yeah, she's just putting up with his delusions because he talked about talking to ghosts and stuff.
Bladebeard, I think, while you're searching the ship with the, like, waving the orange or whatever around, I think an ogre will, like, random ogre number 5, I think, will walk up in front of you and say, food, give.
Sorry. This food is for my new pet.
Give, tasty, hungry.
Wait for dinner. We'll all get food then.
I think you'll try to reach down and grab it.
I'll not give it to him. I'll move away.
Give me a quick then, please. Now roll to oppose. Oh yeah, you definitely move away. Then I think he'd like awkwardly start following you, not really realizing that this might be interpreted as hostile intent.
I'll hide.
May I ask how?
I don't know. I'll like run around the mast. At some point, I'll like just I don't know, hide some crate
Yeah,
when I'm not in his sight.
sure. Give me a sneaky.
2. That's pretty low for me.
Let's see what the ogre rolls.
Oh God, no! I'll spend a fate point on this.
What are you invoking?
A dwarf rogue.
Makes sense. So yeah, you like start going ring around the rosy around the main mast, but like midway through you hide like around some nearby crates or like maybe among some crew members, and if you were to look back you'll still see the ogre like circling aimlessly around the mast.
Heh. Fool. Anyway, where's my rat?
I think maybe your cat, of all people, would walk up to you and say, "Feed me."
I guess I'll just give up on getting a pet and focus on important stuff like killing Lyri.
Feed me.
No, go to Marta. She's in my quarters.
Door closed. Feed me.
I don't know. There has to be a window or something.
Window closed. Feed me.
Go to swimming will probably eat you, and you only have one life left. I don't know. Wait for dinner.
Feed me.
I'll try to run away from the cat.
You successfully do so. It's not in the mood to chase you.
Alright. I'll just sit somewhere.
Duly noted. Again, I ask you guys, I think you would probably arrive at the Lapidus and Gilgim Owls in the next morning. It's currently late afternoon, so I leave it up to you guys if we time skip to that point or if you guys would like to do anything else. Okay?
Let's time skip, I'd say.
Moarg would like to give some of his fish to the cat.
It would appreciate that at first, but then after taking the first bite, it would stop eating because the fish is also heavily salted, and yeah, cats don't like that.
Rip romp.
Not a lot of cat food on board. Who would have guessed? Well, actually, there is cat food on board, but not the kind of food that you guys can eat, aka rats and raptors. Either way, are we all in agreement that we time skip a little bit?
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So, as the next morning comes, I guess I would ask everyone where they are in the morning when they probably get woken up by the lookout yelling out something in Pandaren and Zihar translating, "Land ahoy!"
I guess Benjamin would be sleeping somewhere below that.
Same.
Mera would be sleeping above deck.
Who? You say Mera or Lyri?
Mera.
Oh, dang it! I was trying to get you.
Miri.
Miri.
Mera goes.
They're gonna do a fusion.
Fusion dance. Well, then I think Moa, would you also be above deck?
You'd be above deck sleeping. Yep.
Then Moarg and Mera, you'd be the first to hear that, and Bladebeard and Benjamin can hear it whenever.
Waking up time.
Ahoy! Land! Mera will comically jump out from sleeping and kind of start jumping around on deck.
Yeah. I think. Go ahead, DoomGoblin.
I'll join the upper deck as well.
I think the first thing you will see is a large volcano on the northern isle spilling out smoke.
Not ominous at all.
What? Afraid of a bit of smoke?
I don't know, at this rate we might find black rock orcs or something. Don't they like volcanoes?
One specific one, I guess.
As is depicted on the map, you would see that the northern isle is more arid, I guess, and topped by that big volcano. The Southern Isle also has like a chain of like heights that like sort of links it to the like Northern Isle, let's say, but it's mostly jungle, as you can see.
Do we see that?
What do you mean by that? I guess the volcano. The volcano is visible.
Yeah, the volcano we see, but do we see that the other island is mainly jungle?
I guess it would depend on if anyone's looking via like a spyglass and if they would inform anyone else.
Okay.
Sure, I will.
Can I also get a careful from you, Bladebeard, to see how much do you spot?
2.
Okay. Then you would see, again, jungle on the Southern Isle, large volcano on the Northern Isle, and on the Northern Isle, you will also see something that I will put on screen in a second. Let's say you're maybe not sure entirely what you're looking at while I try to find a token, but then it becomes a little bit more clear. Yeah, there's the little token. I'm putting it on screen now. You'll see this ship docked near the Northern Isle. Anchored rather than docked, that's the better word.
You might not be wrong about Black Rocks.
Yeah, there is a small ship on the northern island, but I think the closer we get, bigger it will get.
Okay.
Ahoy! Plundering
Then-
time!
Maybe we should, go to the other island then, and I'll contact Harry and see where her friend supposedly is.
What kind of pirate are you? This is the prime opportunity.
I'm not a pirate.
No,
They
you're
can't
just Benjamin.
They can't even escape.
Do we have a red flag?
Can I use my sending spell, by the way?
Of course you can. And to answer your question, DoomGoblin, if you have a red flag, are you asking like a horde
In
flag?
character.
Oh, never mind. My bad.
I assume we don't.
Do we have anything red?
Blood.
Tomatoes?
I meant to hang on the flagpole.
God, we. I mean, the crew is going to stay on the island while we go to Dalaran, so maybe we should deal with the orcs, or just assume that they'll keep us alone.
Maybe we should have
Or-
like the ogres shop some lumber, repair
Wait,
the ship, or
Wait,
whatever.
you're going to where?
Dalaran.
Or
Where's that?
we could. You want me to have ogres help out rebuilding their ship?
Where's Dalaran?
In the sky.
Mera looks up. I don't see it.
Well, not here. And is it the north end? I'm not really
I'm
sure.
pretty sure
anymore.
in Pandaria they just have it above the Great Sea, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Benjamin wouldn't know that, so he assumes Northrend, I guess.
And why are you going there if we're going to Booty Bay?
It's just a little detour. We have a friend there, plus Bud and Bladebeard have some issues they need taken care of. Imagine it like a trip to a doctor. I don't know.
Doctor.
Those aren't usually too good on pirate ships.
Yeah, that's why we're going to a city in the sky.
We should probably bring some apples. An apple a day keeps the doctor away, like I always say.
By the way, I have the sending spell
Who are you sending it to?
to Kyrie.
Okay. Well, I need you to roll me a d20 to see if the spell succeeds.
Scary.
Whoa, is this like a new thing or just this one?
It's not new. I've mentioned it before in passing. It's just that it's never happened before.
It's slash roll d20, right?
Slash roll space d20, yes.
Yeah.
She might be in a different dimension.
That's not great.
Well, it's a 1 in 20, so only if you rolled a 1 would it fail. So it still succeeds.
Okay.
Above board, this roll happens if the target of the sending spell is in a different dimension.
Fancy.
Or a different timeline.
I guess she really is busy.
So, yes, your sending would succeed. And I think you'd realize that like Kyrie is somewhere else when you send it.
Okay. So can I?
Yeah.
Hey there. We're arriving at the islands. How should we find your friend? There's a horde ship here as well. We should be careful.
Could you paste it in chat, please? Thank you very much. And while I work on the reply, what's going on with everyone else?
Mera is eagerly leaning against the railing of the ship and insinuating that we should plunder the anchored ship.
You know, that's probably like a fully armed military ship.
I mean, how does that ship even float? It's like half made of metal.
I heard like this one friend from back in the army that said that when orcs believe things will work, they seem to do.
I love you. I love you, Thompshire. Above board.
I guess. Do they also believe that red things are faster than other colors?
I don't know. But I guess metal ships shouldn't be faster than the mostly wooden alliance ones, and they sometimes do catch up, so maybe.
Yeah, it's like bees.
I mean, there's cities in the sky. Why should this be weird?
I
Yeah.
will say, Benjamin and Bladebeard, I think both of you, like it's alright for both of you. If you want, you can roll me clevers and I can tell you more about like this design of orc ship.
Alright.
Maybe, do you think Mera would know about this, Zelris?
Potentially, because she spent a lot of time at Freehold and maybe some horde ships. Though it isn't cool to us, it'd be pretty risky to do that. I'm not sure.
I think that could work, yeah, and funnily enough, I think your stunt would apply.
Okay, so roll with clever.
Please.
A 3.
So it's a 5 with your stunt. I will, like, with that roll, I can tell you that specific kind of ship, it's technically called an orc destroyer, but it actually, like, it's actually more of a battleship than a frigate, as in it leans more on the firepower side rather than on the speed side, but unfortunately it's outclassed by the newer Alliance ships, so it's slower than a frigate, but also less powerful than a battleship. It's somewhere in between, if that makes sense. Even though the official designation is like a frigate, so like a lighter ship, it's technically slower than a frigate, but less powerful than a battleship. Somewhere in between again.
Come on, we can take that. We can't even use this firepower against us. We're too close.
We have one cannon.
Yeah, my cannon.
We can just board it and then take them for all they're worth.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't want a war with orcs.
Yeah, meeting Garrosh Hellscream was enough.
Thompshire, I have your reply.
Yeah, they destroy ships.
It's probably not very helpful to you, but I'll type it in anyway. Hey, you'll know her when you see her. She left yesterday. She should arrive maybe in a day or so. Sorry, I'm a little busy, and it cuts off.
The usual.
I'll paste it in chat.
Well, it seems Kyrie's friend is maybe a day late, so we might have to camp out for the day.
Sure. Maybe we can become friends with the Horde, kind of camp with them.
I vote against that.
Maybe, I have friends all over the world. Maybe there's one of my friends in their crew or something.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't think so.
I could try to talk to them, but they don't seem that friendly right now.
Yeah, I just say we ignore them. That's for the
I mean,
best right now.
they've definitely seen us.
I could negotiate with orcs.
Yeah, me too.
I will say, the information that I gave you is based on Bladebeard's careful role. So Bladebeard saw something and communicated it with everyone else. You all are working on like secondhand information. Anyone else can also like take another look if Bladebeard hands them the spyglass.
Does anyone want to look to see if they can see something that I maybe missed?
Sure, I'll give it a look.
Sure. Give me a careful Thompshire for Benjamin, and I'll apply your stunt. Okay.
I guess that would be a 6.
Yeah, that is a very, very good roll. Well, at least for this specific requirement. What strikes you as odd is, again, the ship is anchored, docked. It looks intact, and it's empty. Nobody's on board, which is very suspicious. You think it might be a trap. Not sure who would lay that trap, though.
The ship is completely empty.
So let's move.
Look, that's in what world does someone leave a ship completely empty? Either they all died, or
they're all
someone's
invisible.
laying a trap.
Or they're all invisible.
Sure, I guess that's the same as a trap. All I'm saying is, not good news. We should probably stray away from that volcano island.
Alright, I'll trust you, Benjamin.
Mera will shrug.
What are Bud's thoughts above board?
He's open to talking with the horde and orcs, but he also thinks that might be a trap too if they're not there.
Again, Benjamin's information I gave Benjamin is the ship is empty, but also looks like it's in pristine condition. Like, yeah, that is why the thought of a trap sprung to mind.
Okay.
So, do you guys head for the southern isle instead?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm really briefly gonna hide the display from the viewers while I give control of the good fortune token to, I guess, everyone. And now, may I ask, now that you should technically have control over it, that you take it to where you think you will sail, like where you will land on the island? I have no idea who's moving it around, by the way.
We all are. That's the funny thing.
I say we park in this kind of little like bay area.
Good choice.
You head towards the bay area that you saw on the map. And as you come closer, I guess anyone can give me a careful roll to like notice more about your surroundings.
Can I use a fate point to reroll?
Sure. What are you invoking? Also, your stunt will apply.
I'm invoking Traveling Sellsword. I travel around, I scope out places.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Give me a reroll then, please. And say out loud what you roll, please.
A 4 with my stunt being
Okay,
a
yeah,
6.
that's okay, Mr. Smarty Pants. Okay. You quickly realize that's not like a natural cove. Like the way it's formed, it's clear that a while ago some sort of ship crashed and burned there, hence the like indentation. But any and all signs of of said ship, other than like the mark it left on the land, are gone, hinting that whenever that crash happened, it happened probably decades ago.
Huh. This doesn't look natural.
What do you mean?
Like something big crashed here, I think.
Like what? A meteor?
No, like a ship.
Well, we ain't gonna crash ours.
Oh, well, I certainly hope not. I just mean that we should be careful. These islands aren't giving me the best vibe.
Who's steering the ship?
What was her name?
Severith?
Zelris?
Okay. I'll roll her careful to see how well she makes a landing, for lack of a better term. Let's see what happens while I roll. Okay. She's able to bring the ship close, not like in the cove itself, but close enough that you guys can climb down and go more or less on foot to the islands, and the ship will also be set to depart if need be. So she does a good job.
Nice.
A handful.
So, should we have your ogres chop some lumber and repair the ship, or should we give a look around first?
Cricket,
Bud?
cricket, cricket.
Morg?
Yes.
Should we send out your ogres to get some lumber and repair the ship, or?
Oh, yeah. We could. I can do that.
All right. Should we look for a mine and get some gold as well?
Good gold? Where's the gold?
That was a joke.
No.
But maybe we should do some hunting and fishing.
Oh, well, maybe we should scout the area first, see if there's nothing funky going around.
I can scout.
I'm just not getting the best vibes, you see.
Me and the big guy can go scouting.
That's a very peculiar duo for scouting, but
Well, what else do you want us to do?
well, I was gonna go with Bladebeard while Bud Moarg organize these ogres, and you can do whatever, I guess. Look for your mine if you really want to.
Why don't we all just go scouting at the same time? We'll notice more things.
I mean, sure.
There's 4 directions and 4 of us. We can constantly have a look out.
Well, we should probably stay in pairs at least, just to be sure.
All right, everyone, charge!
The crew looks confused, like they're still like in the process of anchoring the ship, and they're like, "Wait, charge where? What?" They're very confused.
Elga, throw me onto the shore.
Oh, okay. But we'll we'll pick up Mera and throw her over to the shore.
Is this Bud using his stunt?
I forgot that was his turn.
Sure, I guess. Yeah, that sounds.
Okay, because if not, I probably would have like either had you roll or like compelled Mera to have like a bad landing because of her bad luck. But if Bud is using his stunt, I forgot to prepare a Mera token, like the little circle thing. So for the moment, I'll just use a Lyri one. Where would Mera like to land, I guess?
Can we roll for it?
Sure. I guess Bud should roll me a careful. The most average possible of rolls. Okay. Yeah, I think you would land pretty much on the shore, basically just giving you a head start ahead of everyone, if that's what you want.
Mm-hmm.
If he rolled a critical success, would she like skip like a rock?
If Bud rolled a critical success, I would have allowed Mera to land anywhere on the island. Top of the volcano, sure.
Just
Wait,
yeet it out of the
islands are
volcano.
that small?
I didn't hear DoomGoblin.
Are islands that small?
I think Bud's just that strong.
It more, yeah, on the Bud side, but yeah. Either way, yeah, Mera lands first because of this throw. What does everyone else do?
I guess I disembark too and get to shore.
Same. And I'll look for any like X's in the sand.
Okay. When you approach the sand,
She's back.
again, as I
Kill her.
mentioned, I don't have the Mera token ready, so I'm using Lyri for the meanwhile. When you like reach the sand, Bladebeard is also immediately obvious to you, like taking a closer look that, yeah, this is the site of a long ago shipwreck, now that you're looking up close. I'll give control over to Zelris for this token. Yeah, Zelris, you have control over Lyri's token to represent where Mera is, and possibly everyone else if you're staying together. But yeah. And Benjamin, you said you follow. Bud, do you do as well? Moarg, you do as well?
Yeah.
Okay. What does Mera do? Does Mera wait or does she run on ahead?
I guess she will do a bit of investigating the area she landed in first.
Give me a careful.
I'll just do one.
Not much else that I can tell you with that roll that I haven't told anyone else. You also see the signs that, like, yeah, long time ago, a ship wrecked here, creating like the scar on the land, but any signs of the ship are long gone, which is odd, definitely, but it indicates that whatever happened a long time ago.
Okay.
Go ahead, Thompshire, because I was just going to say that I think you'll rejoin. Can you speak, Thompshire? Because I think
I'm just gonna say that as soon as he gets to... Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
People?
Now we can. Now we
Okay.
can.
I was gonna say that as soon as Benjamin gets to shore, he'll look around for any signs of recent life.
Sure, give me a careful. With your stunt applying.
That will be a 4.
Yeah, you see You see traces of footsteps in the sand, but they're like mostly washed over by the sea. So
But are they humanoid footsteps?
I cannot say with that roll. I'll just
Well,
say
what's like the relative size?
you see. I all I can say with that roll is that there are clearly indentations in the sand, but they're mostly washed away by the tides at this point, indicating that if there was someone over here, they've probably been here like maybe days ago. If that makes sense.
I've found some tracks. I'm not sure who or what they belong to, but there's something around here.
Can Mera has?
Yeah, I imagine you all are together.
Can Mera investigate these footprints?
Sure. With your clever and stunt, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Oof, a 3. That's counting the stun. So a 1.
Yeah, unfortunately, the same information that I give Thompshire. There's footprints here. Not entirely sure if it's like a humanoid or an animal or whatever. All you can tell is that whatever was here a while ago.
Upon closer inspection, these are definitely footprints.
Okay. We got that.
We should look for whoever made these footprints. And rub them blind.
You know, you have a terrible self-preservation instinct.
Almost as bad as Bladebeard.
Maybe worse, I'd argue. Bladebeard at least survives.
Bladebeard just doesn't speak about it or wear it. But when he does it big time.
What's up with this Bladebeard person anyway?
I'm still here.
What's the juicy drama on him?
I was turned into a book recently. I fought a bunch of rats.
And he died.
He died, and I think he had a bunch of syrup in his beard once and got beards stuck in it. That's my belief, anyways, of his origin story.
What was stuck in my beard?
Blades and syrup.
Huh, I thought he fell like in a big pot of knives when he was a kid.
Wouldn't he be knife beard then?
I actually fell into a barrel of beer when I was born. I slipped
Isn't
down.
that how dwarves are baptized?
No, just me.
Okay.
I was very slippery when I was born, and I fell out of my aunt's hands and fell into a barrel.
Huh. Okay.
And it kind of became a tradition. They, threw me into a barrel for my every birthday.
That explains a lot of things, actually.
I think he was born an alcoholic.
Yeah, I actually had my first drink before I had my first breath.
That's not
Well,
healthy.
I don't think babies eat bread until they're much older.
What?
I think he said breath, not bread. Oh, also Benjamin can make bread, by the way.
Okay. Don't we
Out of thin air, he's like magic.
Don't we have a cook?
Yeah, but in case of bread, we have Benjamin.
Well, if you're tired of whatever this is, I'm gonna go try and find the footprints person.
Alright, goodbye.
What do you mean goodbye? I thought we were going in pairs.
Well, you're the one in a rush.
Well, you're the ones being slow.
You're the one we saved.
Whatever.
Above board, the choice is entirely yours. Who goes further inland, if at all, etc., etc.
I'll stay with the group.
Do we see the waterfall from here?
No.
Okay.
All you would see from where you're at is that, like, towards the center of the island, there's, like, hills, if that makes sense. Like
Should we
heights.
leave like a trail of breadcrumbs or something?
Sure. Maybe we should release all the lizards.
Maybe that's a decent idea, actually.
And the troll.
Well,
Not
I mean-
so decent, but
I'm no
If-
environmentalist, but that seems kind of like a bad idea.
What?
I mean, it's lizards.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure I read
you
in a
shouldn't
book
be-
that for
You shouldn't be releasing invasive species on islands.
They're lizards. They live everywhere.
Well, I don't know what kind of lizards they are, but they're probably not from here.
How do you know?
Just guessing.
Yeah, I'm just guessing that they live here.
I think they're tiny raptors.
Whatever. Do what you want.
Usually do.
So above board, let me know what you do. Like, everyone, I mean.
Yeah, I'll release the Johnny lizards from the box.
Okay. Does everyone else wait for that, or is anyone proceeding further ahead?
yeah, I guess I'll wait.
Yeah, I guess Bud will, or Moarg will watch that.
I guess Mera will stay around just because she doesn't want to go in alone.
Sure. You take the box of lizards and bring them to shore, ready to release them, and they all jump out of the box and start heading inland, but then they more or less all collectively stop and they run back into the box.
That can't be a good sign.
That's
Can
a
you
really
stick-
bad sign.
We should
Okay.
dig a hole and put the box in the hole, and then put an X above it.
No, they'll suffocate
It
and
will
die.
prank. No, it will prank the next pirate that comes. They'll dig out the box, and a bunch of lizards will come out and bite them.
That's not funny. Can you speak lizard or something like that, or maybe call that lower? That's a little guy.
Also, Bob, a very clever idea to use the raptors as what's the word for those birds in mine shafts, canaries,
A canary.
a canary, yeah, like that. Clever idea.
Wait, who are you asking to speak lizard?
He's like a little dude with a backpack. Yeah.
I think Zelris was asking, who are you asking to call upon Johnny or whatever?
Oh, I'm kind of asking in general.
I guess give me a flashy. No reply from the environment, I guess.
Well, I tried.
Instead of waiting and trying to scout the island, why don't we make the island come to us?
That means
We just yell really loud that we're coming to plunder their island.
I'm not sure that's a good idea.
Mera will scream as loud as she can that the pirates are here to plunder their island.
Give me a flashy.
Does it count as... Wait, no, there's no others to influence, so it should be a 5. Still a good roll.
Noted. I've taken note of your roll.
Okay,
Uh,
that's always a great sign.
are you having fun?
Huh? Yeah? More fun than just waiting around.
We should like set up camp
Aye.
and then like tell stories and sing and dance and drink around the fire.
That doesn't sound too bad.
The sands here are so golden, we can call it Golden Wood Island. It can be our new pirate base,
Morningwood Island.
but it's... I suppose it is kind of morning right now.
It is like
How-
9, 10 a.m., something like that.
So is it like only called that for a couple hours a day?
No, let's just call it what it's called, like Lapadis or something. Lapadis, yeah.
I suppose. What if there's other pirates around here?
We out-pirate them. Also, there's a bunch of
Mhm.
pirates who are my friends. So that's maybe good. But there are also pirates who are not my friends, which is bad.
Are the ogres beginning to chop down trees, or they're not doing that yet?
They have not received the order.
Yeah, we were scouting first.
Just like
Oh, we
select
will.
them all and click on the trees. Work.
The trees are coming alive.
I love Warcraft 3.
Me too.
Yeah, me too. I'll give the order to the crew to set up camp.
Okay. Then they would begin setting up camp on fairly close to, well, on the shore pretty much.
Mera will unsheath her blade and kind of wave it around in the air.
Oh, is your blade like enchanted or magical?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what does it do?
No, what do you mean?
You see, my blade, it can talk, it can like suck people, suck people's blood, but also like purple clouds. And I believe if I kill someone with it, they go to the endless jaws of darkness or something.
You mean the Maws of Darkness?
Maybe. Shadow realm.
Right. Well, I say we begin our expedition.
So just a normal sword you got there?
Huh? Yeah. I mean, it's pretty dashing, though, right?
I guess.
Okay. So, what does begin our expedition mean? Who goes inland, if at all?
Mera will go inland.
Currently, it seems that Mera is alone.
Sure, I'll go as well.
What about Benjamin and Moarg?
I'll stay behind and keep a lookout at camp.
Okay.
Moarg will remain behind with Benjamin for now.
You make your way inland through the jungle. Do you like chat about anything? What's like your demeanor making your way inland, I guess? Like, are you being
Mera-
cautious, eager, etc., etc.?
Mera is being very jovial and I guess excited.
Yeah, kind of the same. Pretty chill. You know, like cutting leaves
Yeah,
that are
cutting
in the way.
cutting down like through the undergrowth cool swords,
Sure. Can
like in those pirate movies.
I get carefuls from both of you?
A 2 and a 1.
Give me a second to roll as well. The roll 20 lagged for a little bit for me. That's why it took a while. Okay. With that big of a difference, I think what happens is both of you would trip on something and fall into a trap with that big of a difference in rolls.
Okay.
Like a big hole in the ground.
More like a net that's now hosting you to the
Up
top
in the air.
up in the area.
Uh-huh. Good to know.
And you see movement from the bushes. Clearly something or someone set the trap. And
Yarg! Have at thee!
It's a trap.
And I guess I'll do the reveal, for lack of a better term. And then we'll switch over perhaps to Benjamin and Moarg. What do you all think?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and from the bushes, you will see several figures emerge. Several figures that look a little something like this.
Oh no! Wild
Sand
gnomes.
gnomes, really?
Pygmy gnomes.
Sand gnomes specifically, not pygmies, because pygmies are a separate thing in World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Aren't sand gnomes from our clan?
I think sand gnomes is just like a general name for weirdo gnomes.
Sure.
I mean, obviously these have their own story. But yeah, let's jump to Benjamin and Moarg for a while. Because unfortunately, because of that big of a difference, I think you will be taken captive. Unless... Oh, we'll see. But anyway, Benjamin and Moarg, what are the two of you up to?
I guess while camp is being set up, Benjamin will kind of just walk the perimeter and check for anything, off.
Give me a careful, please. With your stunt applying, you feel like something's off, but you're not quite able to put your finger on it. I will only say it's not off in a magical sense, but your battle instincts are kicking in, something's not right.
Something's not quite right.
Yeah, sure. Must have been the wind.
Probably some lookout posts with the crew or something like that.
I think the first part of your sentence cut out. Oh no.
Oh
So
no.
noticing that, I'd probably go to the crew. Oh, what's going on?
It's weird, you're cutting out and then we hear you, but lagged. Can you try again, please? Try again saying what you were going to say.
Is it working?
We heard, is it
No.
working, but we didn't hear what you said before.
Yeah, we heard a popping noise, a
Oh, goodbye, Benjamin. Hello, Benjamin.
We got a Benjamin.
Is it good now?
Hello. We hear you fine so far.
I was saying that noticing that something is off, I'd go back to the crew and try to set up lookout points with them.
Sure. Are you asking the normal crew or the ogres?
The normal crew.
Okay. They'll be slightly more perceptive. but also slightly easier to scare, if that makes sense.
I'd still be around. It's just more of a matter of they're there, I guess.
Sure. And they do that. What about Moarg?
I guess he would be inspecting anything off about the land.
Sure, give me a careful, please. You don't know what the fuss is all about. The raptors probably just got scared because they're raptors. Seems like a good place.
I would like to use my stunt, the Warlord Remains, to ask one of Bud's ancestors.
Let me check the wording on your stunt, please, and I'll get back to you. Regain his intelligence. Okay. I would say that will give you a +2 to your roll. And I think the ancestor that would show up to help you would be the... I forgot the name. The, like, archer person. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So your first impression is that, oh yeah, this island, like, seems perfectly fine. And then as you're like walking around, like casually looking around, alongside you walks your cousin, not Marmarok, I forgot the name, either way, your like dragon slayer cousin, and he says, do you feel that Moarg? Something's not quite right.
What's wrong, ancestor?
Not sure. Something, I feel... like we're being watched, but that can't be.
Ghosts?
Don't know. Not with that roll. Above board.
Or tell Benjamin something off.
Yes, he seems trustworthy. Do you approach Benjamin?
Indeed. Yep. Oh, Benjamin. Oh, my spirits are telling me that something is off with this place. Someone is watching us.
Yeah, I noticed that something was off. So I asked some of the crew to keep watch while I look around a bit more. So maybe you should hold off on having your ogres chop wood, or at least very far inland.
Crook.
I think so too.
Crook, that's the name of the ancestor, my bad.
Oh.
Shall we check in on Bladebeard and Mera?
Yep.
Okay, so Bladebeard and Mera, because of that big of a difference in the role, I think the Sand Gnomes would not have any difficulty in like taking the trap with you inside it hostage, and you find yourselves being dragged by a pretty large group of Sand Gnomes further into the island. Mera, you said you like know Zandali, right?
Yeah, not very well, but she can speak broken Zandali.
Sure. Then the language they're speaking, it's a weird like Creole of a language you've never heard of before, and like scattered bits of Zandali. You're able to like distinguish stuff like food, chieftain, sacrifice, bring, decide.
Hey, Bladebeard.
Hi.
Looks like we're going to be sacrificed for food.
We'll get out of here.
Mm-hmm. This happens all the time. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Okay, can we like use our daggers to cut the rope?
What? I mean, we're in a net, not a rope.
No, that was out of the character.
I would ask you to roll me a careful to try.
Sure, I'll try. 0.
You're like being dragged around, like you risk more so stabbing yourself than actually cutting anything if you try.
I mean, stop that.
What? Maybe I can bite through it.
Well, that's what I was gonna suggest. I do have nice sharp teeth after all.
Oh, so do I.
One of the sand gnomes like comes closer and yells something at you. Mera, you're able to pick up the words, "Shut up, chieftain, decide."
Mera will not say anything because she will be trying to chew through the nets with her teeth.
Give me, I guess, a forceful, and it'll be a very difficult roll.
Wow.
Wow. Which tooth do you lose?
I'm guessing one of the back ones somehow.
Yeah, you bite down and feel an intense sensation of pain. You like remove your mouth and you see that particular tooth embedded in the rope.
Scurvy is taking root.
I was bound to lose that one anyway.
You taste blood, Mera.
Mera will, I don't know, taste blood.
So shall we go on ahead and have the sand gnomes bring you wherever they're taking you? Or is there anything else? Okay. So the sand gnomes bring you, I'm gonna once again use Lyri's token, pretty much to like near the small lake that's by a waterfall. Here, Bladebeard, here's your fresh water. And you see as you move, as you're gathered in, like various sand gnomes like poking their head out, looking at you out of various huts. Some of them built, like most of them are built of like palm wood and like straw, but like some of them incorporate like scattered bits of metal and weird like trinkets that maybe you've seen in like gnomish shops, and perhaps more weirdly, you will also see among the gnomes several. I clicked on the wrong thing. God damn it. I'm gonna need to like do something about that. Yeah, several of those.
Ogres?
Yes, ogres.
Oh no.
Yeah. And as you are brought more or less to the center, a crowd is like gathered around you. You're still in the rope, but you been brought to a halt, and you see out of the crowd 3 figures emerge. One of them is this individual that I'm putting on the top left of the map. The next individual will be this person that I'm also putting on the top left, and the next individual is the weirdest one out of the bunch, this person that I'm also putting in like top left of the map.
Okay.
Yeah, and it looks like the human of all things is more or less the one in charge, at least of the sand gnomes, as he like shouts out orders and asks questions of the sand gnomes.
So you just knock off Ephemeral Orb. You have Bird, Bladebeard, and Benjamin.
Sure. But yeah, you have this brief reprieve while the human consults with the sand gnomes.
Don't worry, Rabbit. I'll seduce the gnome.
No, I'll tell the ogres about the Moa guy, and they'll surely take our side. I will regale them with a grand tale. Or something.
Sure. You focus on the ogre, I'll focus on the gnome.
Aye.
After a while, the human would come close to you guys while you're still entangled in the trap, and he will say, "You speak common?"
Aye, aye.
Ha, Jinx.
It's not the time for this.
Who are you lot? What are you doing on my island?
We come in
are...
to plunder. Yarg.
Aye.
Aye, aye.
We are pirates. We are waiting for a dragon.
Can I get a careful from Bladebeard?
0.
Okay. I will also roll something. Give me a second. Okay.
God damn it.
Okay. The human looks at you, Bladebeard, when you say that, and he says, "Well, well, well. How the mighty have fallen."
No, I have not fallen. I just fell into a trap. But I'll get up and be mighty again.
He yells out something in the local Creole language. Mera, you would make out that he points at Bladebeard and says something sacrifice.
Okay.
Yeah, and then he kneels down once again and says to Bladebeard, "We're gonna have a long talk, you and I think."
I would like to have a long talk with the gnome instead. Sorry, dude, not the way I swing.
You really don't know. You really don't recognize me.
Philip?
Caspian, dear Bladebeard. Do you remember now? Does that jog your stupid memory?
I did know Caspian, but along that...
I suppose you'd think that. What about you? Who the hell are you? Asking Mera.
I don't know, I should just pretend to be an animal.
Never seen your kind of creature before, but you clearly just spoke just now.
Mera will not say anything.
Okay, then the individual calling himself Caspian gets up and says something in the Creole, in the local Creole language. You hear the words defense, if that makes sense, Mera. But other than that, he seems to be busy chatting with the gnomes, and this time the ogre would approach you both, and it would say in broken common, "Who you?"
We come from the ogre ship to bring the ogres to a new land. Or something, and you should come with us because you're an ogre.
Ogre ship? And the man calling himself Caspian notices that and says, "What's that supposed to mean?"
We have a bunch of ogre friends.
We have an army of ogres.
And non-ogres.
And we're gonna take this island for the ogres.
Kobold. We also have a kobold.
We shouldn't mention that.
And a Draenei and a Pandaren.
The man calling himself Caspian says something, and one of the gnomes points a blowpipe at Bladebeard.
Oh, I want to get one of those.
And the gnome would shoot a poisoned arrow at Bladebeard.
Can I catch it?
Catch it? Sure, give me a careful.
Yeah, careful. Alright. -1.
Yeah, you
You catch it, alright.
it like hits you in the neck and then you catch it.
Sure, yeah.
You start feeling drowsy.
Hey, you didn't have to do that. You could just buy me a drink.
I presume you would eventually fall asleep, right, Bladebeard?
Sure.
Then the man calling himself Caspian would walk up to Mera and say, well, now that we can have a civilized conversation. Look, I'll be blunt. Me and that one, we share some history. I want him, but I'm willing to let you and your ship go.
Alright. Sounds good to me.
But first, I want a favor from you. Who's in charge of your ship?
Mera kind of points at not Benjamin, Bladebeard.
Well, that's unfortunate. Who's, I guess, the second in command?
Probably the ogre. His name's Moog.
All right. Then he stands up and yells something in the Creole language. You get the words release, and he says, "You and I and some of my friends, we're gonna go to your ship and ask for a parley."
Okay.
And you, he unsheaths a sword, are going to be my hostage.
Okay.
Yeah. And Caspian would yell out something else. Above board, he would order for Bladebeard to be very tightly tied up.
You've got to be kidding me.
Is this Mera or Zelris?
Mera.
Okay. And he would then say, "Apologies, but we'll have to tie you up as well. You know how it is."
Yep, I know how it is.
Yeah. And the sand gnomes would proceed to begin tying you up. Shall we check in on Moarg and Benjamin while this is happening?
Yeah.
Benjamin and Moarg, it's been almost an hour, if not more. Bladebeard and Mera haven't come back.
They've been gone for a long while.
From having seen the island, how much would I assume that it would take to get from one side to the island, to the other?
Can I get a clever from you? Because it's not just a matter of distance, it's also a matter of terrain and all that. Maybe by now, if you look through a looking glass, you might be able to spot them on top of the hills. If nothing went wrong, if that makes sense.
I'll try and do that, I guess.
Sure. And no roll required, you don't spot either of them on top of the hill. Which obviously doesn't necessarily mean that something wrong's happened. It could mean that they just didn't go there.
Maybe we give them 1 more hour. You know how Bladebeard likes to go on tangents.
I guess, but... something wrong with this island. I don't like it.
Me either, but well, let's just keep our eyes out.
I think one of the ogres would come up to Morg and say, "Chop wood now."
Chop wood near ship. Don't go too far.
Chop, chop, and the ogres would start chanting and begin chopping up wood.
Good.
Wait a second. Why didn't Gurin go with us? I completely forgot about him.
I also completely forgot about him. I don't know, we'll say that he's afraid of water, I don't know. I'm joking. What would be a rational explanation for him not coming along? Or maybe he did, or maybe
He's guarding Lyri. He's still with the bucket on his head. I don't know.
that's also an option. Although we can also say that he is with Bladebeard and Mera, and maybe they got captured because Gurin definitely would not have noticed the trap.
Nah, let's say I told him to go wash.
Sure. Then you all would see Gurin like face down in the water, like lifting his head up every 10 seconds or so to breathe, and then submerging again. That's his idea of washing.
That one is weird.
Yeah.
I think Ziharu, I guess, would approach the two of you and say, "Everything all right?"
Yeah, this island is just... I don't like it.
They've been gone for a while. I don't like that.
Should we?
Hey.
Go ahead.
I think we should go look for them.
I think we should wait a little while longer, because getting everyone separated at this point isn't a particularly good idea if we don't have to.
That also true. Plus, I want to keep a good eye on ogres.
Above board, what would happen on Mera's side? I mean, because Bladebeard is a little bit out of it still. Mera, you would be brought along with a pretty sizable contingent of sand gnomes and ogres over to where the good fortune is. You'll be a hostage. Anything, like any scene you'd like to happen in that time, do let me know.
Probably not. This is kind of an inescapable situation for her right now, so I think she'd just wait until they got to the good fortune and try anything.
Sure. Then back on the Benjamin and Moark front, I'm gonna roll for the lookouts that Benjamin posted to see if they noticed something. And rolling. What do we get? Okay. Then one of the lookouts would like run up to the two of you, maybe even Ziharu, I guess, and say, I think there's something coming. There's rustling in the bushes, and I think there's some tall, dark-skinned figures. Didn't get a very good look. I thought I should go ahead and warn you first.
Alright, let's give it a look.
Ziharu asks, should we recall the ogres?
Maybe that's for the best.
Alright, I think Moarg pull out a horn and blow on it then.
And is this the signal for the ogres to get back?
Yeah, it's something that Moarg, I think, would recall from his ogre days, and they probably would know it.
Oh yeah, they definitely would, yeah. So yeah, then the ogres would immediately withdraw back to the safety of the camp. And now it's immediately obvious. You hear like a rustling and like footsteps of large creatures in the foliage. Do you do anything to prepare? What's up with everyone?
I guess Benjamin would stand his ground, just be ready for anything that might happen.
I think Moarg would ready his can just in case.
Then I guess the first thing that you would see is the human walking out of the foliage. And behind him, you see several ogres of all creatures. And the ogres are holding a tied up Mera. And behind the ogres, you see a swarm of sand gnomes. They're not like walking in like as if they're charging for battle or whatever. They're walking as if like, oh, you're on my property, I'm about to like give you a scolding, if that makes sense.
More of my people? They don't look like anyone I know, but still, ogres.
Benjamin?
To what? To you the pleasure?
Okay, I thought, okay. And then, yeah, the human would stop a while away and he'll say, Bladebeard's my prisoner. I'm not giving him back.
That's an introduction.
The name's
On what-
The name's Caspian. Don't know if the bastards ever talked about me before or not.
I don't know, he talks a lot.
Caspian.
DoomGoblin, would Bladebeard ever have like told Bud about Caspian?
Sure.
Yeah. Would you like to say in your own words what Bud would know then?
I guess maybe he mentioned him a couple of times. He was Captain Bladebeard's captain when he was a privateer in the Second War. But then when the war was over, the guy didn't want to become a pirate. So Bladebeard made him walk the plank, and then he became the captain.
Oh, you're...
Basically, he would tell only the worst thing about him. He's a coward and an alliance kiss ass and a weakling and stupid and stinky.
Well, the stinky part may be right now.
You're the captain that Bladebeard really does not like. Called you stinky a lot.
Sure he did. Well, he's our prisoner. You won't be getting him back. Let's get that clear right away.
What's with the ragtag group, if I might ask?
These are the locals who have kindly taken me in. These are, well, I guess you would call them jungle gnomes, and these are the Dark Rock ogres.
Dark Rock, right? I told you.
Above board, yes, the name choice is intentional. Above board. We have a request for you in exchange for this one's freedom and whatever supplies you're looking for.
And what would that be?
And I guess Zihar looks slightly put off because he's technically the second in command, not Benjamin. And he says, perhaps you should allow me to speak.
Are you sure?
No, but the crew is in my hands.
Well, if you insist, go right ahead.
I speak for the crew of the Good Fortune. And Caspian says, what manner of creature are you? I am... That does not matter, says Caspian. We need assistance. Military assistance. Armed assistance, whatever.
You Gubshire are friends, and you ask for help?
Aye, what other form of leverage do you think I have?
I don't like it, Benjamin.
Just spit it out. What do you want?
The northern island, points at the volcano island, used to be home to the ogres. Then some snake folk came and took it. Then some orcs came and the snake folk took them. Worst of all, the snake folk took the sacrifices we were going to offer to the volcano. We want the island back.
Snake folk. Mera has a
the fishy snakes?
Aye, the very same. Do you know them?
Unfortunately.
Mera breathes a sigh of relief. It's just Naga.
So, what say you? We'll allow this one to go free, indicating Mera, and we'll allow you to take whatever supplies you need, food, water, whatever else, if you assist us.
What about Bladebeard?
Out of the question. It's personal.
You hate him more than you like your island?
Give me a clever. Actually, before you roll.
Too late.
Well, then we will disregard that roll. Would you like to turn this into sort of mental combat, if that makes sense, between Caspian and you guys?
What is?
Sorry, what did you say? Sorry, you cut out.
Oh, I was
Oh no.
asking.
Oh no. Hello, Thompshire?
Hi.
Oh, never mind. Hello.
I was asking Ben what he thought.
Mera would also be involved in this quote-unquote combat.
Were you asking Ban or Moarg?
Ben.
Me. Okay.
Yes.
All right. What was the question?
What do you think about us entering mental combat with him?
Yes.
So Bannerac votes yes. What are Zelris' thoughts, I guess?
Sure, my character should be good at this because they're flashy, so...
Sure.
I'm all for it.
Okay. When it comes to mental combat, the initiative is not determined by quick, it's determined by careful. Caspian has the highest careful, so he would go first. But I'll rewrite the initiative order a little bit to keep that in mind. So Caspian first, then Benjamin, then Bladebeard's not here, and then Bud or Mera, and then Gurin. DoomGoblin, you can play Gurin if you'd like. Is that right with you?
Sure.
Okay. So Caspian's turn. I guess he will make a sort of forceful threat against, I guess, Benjamin, because he seems to be the one in charge, more or less. And we say, I'll remind you that you are trespassing. These are the lands of the jungle gnomes and the dark rock ogres. You don't really have the right to dictate terms here. And this will be his forceful attack. How does Benjamin defend?
Do I say what I use first? Do I say what I tell him first?
Give me a reply or an action that you would use to defend, if that makes sense. And I will say, okay, that sounds like a careful, forceful, whatever, as if it were normal combat, if that makes sense. Is that alright with you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me to repeat what he said?
No, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
He said basically you're like on our land, you have no right to dictate terms.
Then if it's your lands, why do you need our help?
Sounds like a clever or sneaky defense, I guess.
Guess I'll go sneaky.
Sure.
Oh god.
I mean, it's not that bad of a roll for you, but it is. Yeah. How do you take 4 points of damage?
I guess my level 2 stress and my level 2 consequence.
Sure. And while I type those in, it is your turn. Your level 2 consequence will be... I'm almost tempted to call it white man's guilt, like almost like a colonialism sort of thing. I don't know. I don't know what I should call it. Sure, I'll call it human's guilt, I guess.
In my turn, I'll try to create an advantage by trying to thinking up a compelling argument.
Sounds like a clever attempt. Let's see what you roll. Not quite sufficient. The difficulty I had in mind was 2.
Fair.
Benjamin doesn't have any facts and logic on his side.
Well said. Bud and Mera, it's your turns. The two of you decide who goes first.
Can we maybe like... Wait, can Moog like assist me in my role?
I could do that.
Because what Mera's gonna do is she's gonna try and intimidate them, and maybe Bud can look intimidating. It's a kind of.
I think he looks intimidating just by doing nothing.
Yeah, I suppose that's also true. Mera will say, "What are you to demand stuff of us? We're pirates. We'll have you drawn and quartered if you double cross us."
Sure, sounds indeed like a flashy or forceful attack. I'd lean more towards forceful, but I can also see flashy. And let me check you, because I think you're more or less like alluding to a stunt, right, Zelris?
Yes, potentially, because this guy's pretty strong.
Yeah, okay. So it sounds like a flashy attack with Bud's assist and your stunt.
That's a 7.
Let's see what he rolls.
Oh, he's so calm though. Oh wow, never mind.
I'm gonna spend a fate point to reroll, actually. Let's see what the reroll gives me.
Yeah, that's horrible.
So just 1 point of damage, okay. He looks like slightly unsettled, but you're not sure if like he's intimidated by your status of "Arg, we're pirates," or rather by like a shrill voice suddenly coming out from like right next to him, if that makes sense. So
Oh no.
So you're not sure if he's intimidated or startled. That was Moarg and Mera's turns. Gurin's turn. Gurin, DoomGoblin, you recognize the word Bladebeard. You don't see Bladebeard around.
I guess he does nothing until this eventually escalates into a physical combat.
Sure. I guess so. And Caspian, on his turn then, he will say to, I guess, Moarg, or he'll make flashy attack against him. Flashy or careful, I guess. Either or the stat is equal for him. He'll make an appeal. Come on now, you're an ogre. Surely you feel some sympathy for your companions who have lost their home. How does Moarg defend himself?
With his own retort, I guess.
Which would be?
Do I say it or do I?
Yes, say it,
Is
and then I'll ask you, and then depending on the retort, I'll tell you what to roll, okay?
It always indeed sad when ogre loses homeland. I know this well, but that is why you do find new home and you don't step on others.
Sounds like a careful defense, I think. Careful or clever?
Go with clip.
Sure.
Boy.
How do you take 4 points of damage?
Level 3 stress.
Well, it's 4 points.
Oh, I thought you said 3 points.
He got a 7.
Level 3 and level 1 stress then?
Well, it has to be a stress and a consequence, or just a consequence. You can't take multiple stresses.
Level 4 consequence then.
Okay. I'll call it. Your level 4 consequence is Plight of the Ogres. This is a familiar story to you, and it's a soft spot for you.
Yeah.
Okay, Benjamin's turn.
I'm gonna use my keen senses stance to see if I can figure out something that might help us in this situation.
Let me look at the wording so that I know like what information I can give you. Senses. Important or useful detail. Okay. Well, I guess I can point out something that you can maybe ask about, I guess, from in what Caspian said that could lead down to something more useful and would be useful to know, I guess, in general. Or I can tell you something about like the sand gnomes and the ogres.
I'll risk it with the first one.
Caspian said that the snake people, presumably the Naga, also took like the sacrifices that were prepared for the volcano. I find it unlikely that they would sacrifice their own people, gnomes or ogres or whatever. And Caspian did mention that the orcs arrived after the Naga. So what could those sacrifices be?
What's with these sacrifices anyways?
Is this above board? Is this RP or an attack against him?
I guess for now it's RP.
I'd be willing to share whatever information we have once I know that we're on the same side.
Sorry, you cut off at the end.
Sorry, he says, I'd be willing to share whatever information we have once we know that we're on the same side.
You know, if you expect us to agree, we need to know all the information, don't you think?
I prefer to keep my cards close when the wager is still up in the air. Did you hear me, Poport?
Benjamin will try to do the same again and try to create an advantage.
Regarding thinking of an argument, so to say? Give me a clever then, please.
Again. Okay.
Oh, what did you roll? Because it hasn't showed up on.
I rolled a 1.
Okay, a 1. Yeah, unfortunately, currently at least you're coming up blank, but never say never, I guess. Moarg and Mera.
Alright. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
I would like to compel Moarg. He's a former warlord aspect. You know, this guy seems like he's taking advantage of these ogres, and talking ain't gonna do much. So, giant hammer go burr. You're gonna start violence.
I'm gonna pass on that.
Okay.
Only because the ogres would get in the crossfire.
Then I'm gonna do a counter compel. I'm gonna
just for the record, I will say that Bladebeard's compel for Moarg has been refused. Just for the record.
I know. I'm gonna compel the same aspect, but instead of having him just start whacking people, well, at least before doing so, instead of talking to the captain, he'll try to appeal to the ogres with his very warlordy nature.
Okay, I like that a lot.
Okay. I'll pass along one of your fate points, Thompshire. Either way, it is Moarg and Mera's turns.
I guess I go.
Going once, going twice.
I'll let Ben go first.
Ogres, my people, I know we are from different places and different lands, but I must ask you, why you let this human speak for you? Don't you have your own voices, your own chains broken?
I will mention, this will mean that the ogre leader will join the fight, though he'll be more of a third party. He could wind up on Caspian's side, he could wind up on your side. Alright?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me check his stats so that I can see where he goes in the initiative order. Either way, that sounds like a flashy or careful attack against him, so to say. Banrak, what do you say?
Sure.
But let me check what his stats are. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. I'll review his name. His name is Gom. He will go after Caspian, but before Benjamin.
What's his name?
Gumkh.
Go.
Gunk, yes.
It's a great name.
So again, are you making a flashy attack against him?
Yes.
Please roll. And his reply will say, "You ogre, but you outsider. You don't speak for us. You don't speak for the Dark Rocks. You make a forceful defense." But from now on, he will also act in the combat. As for which side that may be, who knows? Rolling. Let's see what the Ogre Chieftain rolls.
Oh my.
That's sufficient for him to get an advantage. Well, I typed that in. It is Mera's turn.
No wonder we usually resort to violence and going well. What can Mera even do? I guess Mera will speak to the people currently holding her to let her go.
Which, as I mentioned, is an ogre.
Yeah. Let me go, ogre. Your rightful warlord Bud is speaking.
Sounds like a sneaky attack against the ogre chieftain.
Oh, against the chieftain, okay.
Is that what you intended?
Is the chieftain the one holding me?
No, but he's the one involved in the combat.
Okay, it's his authority, I guess, you're right. Sure. This is gonna give him another advantage though, but let's try it. Feels weird rolling a sneaky that gets 1.
Our rolls are really bad right now.
To be fair, they're also pretty strong. You say that, and the ogre doesn't reply, but the chieftain backhands you, and Caspian says, "Let's not be overly rough. We're still negotiating here." And Gunk says, "You speak for tribe, human. You're right, mighty chieftain, but please let's take this and keep it civil. All right?" That was Mira's turn. What about Gurren?
There was just a slab. Does that count as physical combat?
Yeah. You know what? I'll compel Gurren to attack.
You control
Can I
him.
do that?
You control him. You don't need to compel.
I don't need to? Alright. I thought maybe it doesn't make sense, but sure, he attacked an ally, I guess. So, Gurren. Yeah.
This, I'm not 100% sure if he'd see Mera as an ally yet, but I'm willing to take leap of faith. So sure. But I will say it will.
He saw a giant ogre hit another dwarf.
I don't think he'd really care that much either way, but
Yeah, I get it.
no, I'm willing to give it to you, but
I mean, can he mistake Mera for Bladebeard? They're kind of the same height, and they both wear heads. I don't know.
We've established that no, he doesn't see Bladebeard anywhere. But I'm willing to give it to DoomGoblin. But I will say, because Gurren is very, very slow and clumsy, he can start charging, but he'll only be in fighting distance on the next turn, time enough for anyone to potentially stop him.
Alright.
So after Caspian says, let's keep things civil, all of you will see Gurren start trotting his way forward, weapons drawn, clearly intent on violence. Do you do anything narratively, or shall we continue with the initiative?
No, I guess yells out something like for Cosmodan or something, I don't know.
In Dwarven, so I think
Yeah,
only
in Dwarven.
Ziharu understands.
Yeah.
What's he doing?
I think he's about to smash.
Do we let him?
My head hurts. I don't know.
I thought we were negotiating.
Well, I don't think it's working very well, to be honest.
On Caspian's turn, I guess, noticing Gurren start walking forward. Gurren, because his flashy is a 0, he doesn't look intimidating. He just looks kind of goofy as he takes these stomping footsteps. But Caspian recognizes the danger and yells out, "Keep your warrior away, unless you want to resort to violence." And I guess that would be a flashy attack against Gurren, I guess.
Alright.
How does Gurren defend himself?
By ignoring him?
Yeah, sounds like a forceful defense.
Yeah. 5.
I'm still rolling for... Okay, I got a 4. So Caspian's shout is ineffective. Does anything happen RP-wise in regards to Caspian's shout? Like on Mera, Benjamin, or Moarg's side?
I guess not. I don't know. Moarg was trying to hey, maybe we should do this, keep it peaceful, but Benjamin seems apprehensive to that, so Moarg's uncertain.
Okay. Gunk on his turn, he will probably try to attack Moarg, I guess, by yelling, "Where you come from, ogre? You tall and strong, but your tribe look weak. What tribe you from? You know share mighty lineage of the Dark Rocks." This will be a flashy attack against Moarg. How does Moarg respond?
I think he would answer truthful. Or just answer back. Rather.
And how?
I am Moarg. I am from the Gorduni tribe. I have walked many paths. My path is a strong one. My people are recovering, but they still endure and still live. We are strong.
Okay, sounds like a flashy or forceful defense.
Alrighty.
Please get a critical hit. Oh no.
Oh my goodness, I'm re-rolling.
Oh, that's a great. Oh,
Wrong kind of critical hit.
I am re-rolling. Holy goodness gracious.
That's not what I meant.
What are you invoking to reroll?
Former warlord.
Okay, give me, I will accept it. Give me a reroll and say out loud what you roll, okay?
A 5.
Better. That will be 3 points of damage. Yeah, the shaman would laugh out loud and say, "Gorduni, picking at the scraps of the Draenei in Talador, you are nothing." You feel whatever he's talking about. He has that aura of intimidation and all that. Even though you've never heard of the Dark Rock ogres before, he has this gravitas that's intimidating for you. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Do you take your level 3 stress as damage?
Yeah.
Okay. Benjamin's turn. Gurin is still marching, slowly trotting forward.
Since this time it seems that Gurin will smash, Benjamin will take out his sword and ready his stance, this time trying to get a more combat-oriented advantage.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like an attempt to create a careful advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see it. That's sufficient. Do you have a name for it?
Ready to rumble.
Sure. And how about after Moarg and Mera's turns, we end the session and because unless you stop Gurin, I guess, and leave the combat part for next time. What do you all say?
Sounds fair to me.
Sounds good.
So Moarg and Mera, it's your turns before Gurin smashes.
Can I use my luck of the draw stunt to maybe something like some kind of bad luck befalls me that maybe will distract people from Gurin kind of launching up? I don't know.
Luck of the draw, your bad luck can backfire, damaging an opponent or turning. Okay. Yeah, do you have something in mind more specific? What's the unlucky thing that happens that affects everyone around you?
They will be distracted by something happening to Mera, probably. Or near Mera or something. What can I do?
Maybe,
A flock of seagulls flies by and shits all over us.
Maybe I'm thinking that Mera sees Gurin approach and maybe starts fidgeting, uneasy because she doesn't want to be caught up in a combat situation while she's being held by someone. Maybe while she's fidgeting, she accidentally kicks the ogre holding her. The ogre runs into a tree like right behind him, and coconuts fall on all the ogres nearby.
Sure.
It is like this is a very Looney Tunes stunt, like the way you built it, so
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Just getting that out there before the session ends.
well, we also have Morg's turn before the session ends. But yeah. And also your stunt is not your action, you still have your action.
Oh yeah, I do. I don't even know what to do with my action. I guess I'll just skip my turn after my stunt.
Sure. I will say you'll probably be let go from the ogre's grip, but you're still like tied up, at least your hands are, as like a sizable contingent of ogres, so to say, are at the very least like knocked down on the ground, stunned by the sudden coconut barrage. Everyone sees this, everyone sees the like this sudden disorder in the like ranks of the sand gnomes and the ogres.
Well, might as well smash.
Morg's turn.
Alright. I think you'd still try to convince the other ogre leader.
The other ogre leader is struggling to get to his feet after getting coconuts dropped on his heads.
You think we're weak? You are over here being thwarted by coconuts fallen from trees. The Gorduni are strong and still endure, but look at you on ground. Weak, sad.
Sounds like a... I can see forceful, I can see flashy, I can see clever. I leave it up to you. Attack against the ogre, and you reply with a... Well, actually, please roll first, Banneret.
I got it too.
Okay, and Hugh reply, "Who are you to talk, whelp? Scion of a weakling tribe." He will respond with a forceful defense. Not percentage point. I rolled plus percentage point instead of plus 5.
Oh!
I rolled percentage point instead of 5. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, he gets another charge on Ogre Pride.
Ah, man.
And
We're getting an ass kicked right now.
We should have just fought them.
Yeah, actions speak louder than words.
I mean, the actual fight is going to start right now, because Gurren hasn't been stopped. His turn will come up. DoomGoblin, I leave it up to you. Would you like his turn to happen now, or should it be the first thing that happens on our next session?
Sure. Let's do it now.
Okay.
Unless you disagree.
I do not disagree. I would just ask, what does Gurren do? Of course, there are like... There's the ogre leader, there's Caspian, but there are... Gurren can also attack generic ogres or generic sand gnomes, and they will be like part of the combat when the actual fight starts. Make sense?
Alright, sure. He'll charge into one of the ogres, like horns first.
Okay. Can I get Gurren's forceful, please?
8.
Let's see how the ogres defend. I'm rolling.
Oh my god, yes.
Okay. Yeah, Gurren with like, I don't know, uncharacteristic speed, I guess. He just like makes short work of the ogres that are knocked on the ground. Is he going for lethal force or?
Let's say no. They live.
I'm not sure Gurren would do that, but okay.
Alright, sure.
Maybe like you can roll if it's like lethal or not. I don't know. Because if he's just running into them, maybe it's not a guaranteed kill.
Well, I guess it's sort of the like balancing act of, is Gurren in violence mode, or is Gurin in rescue Mera mode? I guess.
I guess he's always in violent mode. That's his secret.
Moorg is about to disown this guy.
DoomGoblin, would you like me to roll a d20? The higher the number, the
Sure.
more merciful, quote unquote.
What GPO one like every single time we roll a d20?
I mean, you never know. Let's see.
I swear, we've never rolled above a 10 on a d20. No, never mind.
It's happened. Okay. So Gurin's priority is to rescue Bladebeard's friend. That's his priority at the moment. So he like the ogres that he dispatched, the like 3 ogres that he dispatched in one blow, will still be out of the fight, but they won't be dead. That makes sense.
Yeah, just very, very injured.
Yep. And I guess this was the agreed upon spot to end today's session. That alright with everyone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Thoughts on today's session?
Really fun.
Yeah. Awesome.
A lot of ogre.
I'm curious, DoomGoblin, did you like before I said, oh yeah, my name is Caspian, did you recognize
Yeah.
the fellow?
The moment NPC appeared.
Okay. Okay, that was my intention.
Yeah, he wears the same shirt and
Different,
hat.
different pants though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, what are your thoughts on him appearing?
Well, I sent you a bunch of NPCs. There are a few who were dead, long dead, and there are a few who are alive. And you just switched them. You killed all the alive ones and turned them into undead and food. And the ones that were supposed to be dead, you were like, oh, they're on islands and still alive.
I mean, why did you provide them to me if they were dead?
Yeah. Makes sense. Just to fill up backstory, I don't know. If like his sister appears, that would be like less surprising, but yeah. He's back.
He has a sister?
No, I'm just like saying something from backstory could
I mean,
have,
he
like,
probably has a
influenced.
sister somewhere, to be honest. Wouldn't surprise me.
But yeah. He's alive. That's great.
I'm happy to have subverted expectations, I guess. I don't know. Either way, thoughts on Mera, I guess.
Didn't really do much because she went in alone into the jungle.
Well, I mean in general, not necessarily.
Dude,
Cool.
She reminds me of Lyri still.
that's just because I play asshole characters.
I've noticed. Lyri, I guess the only difference is this one's an actual pirate. And she's far more, I mean, she still does risks like Lyri did, but Lyri did it for different reasons. She does it for monetary reasons and plunder and all that, so.
Yeah.
One thing I'm gonna mention, I don't envy you playing a flashy character. In the other campaign, I was very excited to play a character that had like flashy as the main stat, but it can get complicated and yeah, I don't envy you. I don't have enough brains to play a flashy character.
I mean, I don't either, so hopefully this will help me grow some.
To be fair, this like verbal negotiation and posturing was the best place for a flashy instead of forceful approach, or whatever other stat, I guess.
I don't know. There are a few times when she said something, you were like, that could be forceful.
But I think I also allowed her to do flashy when that happened. I think. Either way,
Yeah.
case by case basis, obviously.
But yeah, basically what I'm saying is that all stats are useless except for forceful and careful.
Is that real? Is that a real fact?
Not really, but those are the most simple one.
That is kind of true. And Lyri will be doing stuff off screen that no one ever knows about apart from me, so that's awesome. or Bud, I guess, if she sends Bud anything.
Or anyone else, if she decides to send anyone else anything.
Yeah, but everyone else has been to her, so they can take the L.
Will we get like Netherstorm postcards?
No, because you don't have an address.
Fair enough.
Yeah, we can send her postcards with us and her brother, like photographs. Benarek, you're speaking, but we can't hear you.
His flashy wasn't high enough.
I suppose so. Let us know when...
Okay, there we go.
Hello.
Hi.
What was I saying? I don't even remember what I was saying is the problem.
Lyri postcards was the last topic.
Yeah. I don't remember what I was going to say. I think I was
the fucking tension, man. You left us hanging.
I was going to say something along the lines of Moarg asks Lyri what she's up to, and she's like, "Oh, I'm just eating ice cream." Like Moarg's just like, "Oh, that's neat."
Yeah. I still can't believe that Bud and Larry are the ones who still get along. Like,
I didn't expect that, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Lapidus and Gilligamals so far, I guess?
Pretty cool. Funny.
Yeah.
I was honestly expecting trolls, so gnomes, ogres, and a random human was very unexpected.
Yeah, I was not expecting ogres again this soon.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that trolls are involved in this story somehow, but I will not say more.
They were trolls all along.
Well, I guess we'll have to kill them too.
I did mention that the gnomes were speaking this weird mixture Creole language of Gnomish and Zandali. So come to your own conclusions, I guess.
Bladebeard got
It's Zul's
captured.
fault.
That was messed up.
What?
I still can't believe Bladebeard got captured and just left on a pole somewhere.
No, I'll free myself.
We'll obviously have Bladebeard Scream. We will definitely have Bladebeard Scream time next session.
Scream time.
Screen time, yeah.
Screen time. Regardless of hypothetically say, even if the battle goes on for the entirety of the session, we'll still have Bladebeard screen time somehow. So no worries about that.
Life finds a way.
Somehow it does.
But also, if you don't manage to free Bladebeard, I'll just come up with a new character that you'll meet.
A new character that has +5 in
Clever.
In clever, yeah.
Clever, the most useful stat that there is.
Hey, there were a bunch of clever rolls today.
I mean, usually there's a bunch of clever rolls, just I'm the only one who ever uses them.
I was gonna say, before, the violence changes things, but before the situation got violent, hypothetically, even if, Caspian defeated all of you in the, verbal combat, on the Bladebeard subject, I would have just said, the terms of his victory are, there's no way you can get him back through negotiation, you have to get him back through, other means.
Killing means.
Maybe. Or subterfuge or whatever else you can think of.
Well, I'm not scared. Especially not of this guy. I defeated him before.
You did, yes. Now he's older and he has a tribe of jungle gnomes, I guess, under his foot. Proverbial.
Under his sandal he's wearing.
Yes, pretty much.
Those are nasty sandals, by the way.
In what way?
These look gross.
Oh yeah. Intentionally, yeah. Either way. I liked a lot of the session like before before Bladebeard and Mera got captured. Obviously I liked what happened afterwards as well, but I liked the tension that we had before and the like danger of the unknown, if that makes sense. Also, very clever idea to use like the little raptors as like canaries.
I don't know what that means.
Basically, in ye olde times, miners would send birds to like make sure that like mine shafts are safe.
I genuinely just wanted to free them.
Yeah.
You wanted to get rid of them. Is what you
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah, I did like that. I liked that we got to, I guess, make landfall on an island and like build stuff, I guess, make camp. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know, I just like that kind of stuff.
I hope we'll get a chance to rest in the camp and just talk and dance, like I said.
I do like that we're passing more days now. It's not just a single week.
I guess. To be fair, it's like you guys were in a big city before. Now you're like traveling, so that it makes sense for time to pass, I guess.
It just gives us more like time to RP, I guess.
Sure, and I guess also the open sea is emptier than a big city would be.
Yeah.
That means we just find funnier things to RP about.
I suppose so. DoomGoblin, you will receive no start of session report unless you'd like to have a scene of DoomGoblin hallucinating Ziharu talking to him, I guess.
No.
Fair enough. Yeah. I don't know. Do you all have? I guess my my question would be, what's the ideal way that your visit to these islands ends?
Moar gets new ogres he can bring aboard. I know that's not good resource-wise, but
Yeah, that's also what I want out of it, TBH. Even if it's only like 1 or 2, it's still better than nothing.
yeah. That's what I want for Moarg. More ogre friends.
Also, it adds more conflict to the ogres since not all just Bloods ogres now.
I like the idea in terms of Bud or Moarg's happy ending is he gets to sail the seas with his ogre friend and lives happily ever after doing that. Or, going back to Fairless and taking back Dire Maul. Something like that. Either or. I'm happy with those two endings for Moarg.
We'll see. I did mention, like, a few sessions ago, after half the crew died, but before the ogres were released, that pretty much all your destinations, like either these islands or like the other islands or Westfall or whatever, they all had an opportunity to like get supplies and or crew. So yeah, I would say never to recruiting the ogres. That is a genuine possibility, but obviously it will have its own like story consequences and all that.
Right.
And also you can hypothetically recruit the sand gnomes too. Jungle gnomes, I guess. Who knows?
They would take up less space, I guess.
Yeah, and yeah, I guess so.
That would be kind of ironic, like Moar can't recruit these ogres because they're mean, and he just ends up, alright, well, what about you sand gnomes? And they're like, yeah.
We'll see. We will see. Also, I will say, hypothetically, you guys could. This isn't a hint that you should do that. This is more so showing you guys the possibilities. You guys could also trade ships, I guess, for that one horde ship.
We can have 2 ships.
Or that. You never know.
One for
I guess
Bud,
the
one for
horde ship would probably be
Bladebeard.
better for the ogres because it'd be more solid and heavier. I mean, it would go slower, but
Above board, I'm fine with saying this information because Mera found it out. The horde ship is slower, yes, but it's definitely more powerful combat-wise. It has like a larger crew capacity, if that makes sense, and also a larger potential cargo hold. So it's like better in almost every way than the good fortune, other than speed.
And it's also a horde ship, which I guess isn't great to sail around in the Eastern Kingdoms.
True, but commandeering ships exist. If you fly a Stormwind flag, for instance, that at the very least will not get you blown up.
I'm just picturing Moarg, a bunch of ogres sailing with the alliance flags, and he's just waving at the alliance like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah.
The captain of the alliance ship is like, is that a new allied race coming to join us?
No, that's two
Why didn't they
expansions
join
from
the
now.
horde?
That's 2 expansions from now. Can't be. Either way, suppose we will see what happens. Any other thoughts from our viewers before we go into our usual shoutouts?
9.
10. Okay. Well then, dear viewers, thank you once again for watching and listening to us. Let's see what these lovely people are up to. I've wrote some dice in the background. The dice say that we should start with Sir Thompshire first, and we should have him talk about himself and what he is doing, etc., etc. Could you please go ahead, Sir Thompshire?
Sure. As always, you can find me both on YouTube and Twitter as Sir Thompshire, and I haven't been doing much, but oh well, such are things. But today, or I guess 1 week ago, when this comes out, a new episode in the Lost Codex came out about the lore of Rathian, and I helped out with my Rathian model and an animation or 2. So check that out. They honestly deserve the views. They genuinely don't get enough for the amount of work that is put into all they do, so please give it a look.
Do check that out. Thank you very much, Thompshire. And next, according to the dice, we would have DoomGoblin. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you're doing?
Yeah. Hey, I'm DoomGoblin. I draw stuff. That's about it.
That he does. Yes. Thank you very much, DoomGoblin. Do check him out. Links on screen in the description. And next, according to the dice, we would have Zelris. Could you please go ahead and talk about yourself and what you are doing?
Hi, I'm Zelris. I make things on YouTube, and that's about it.
That you do. Thank you very much. And next, I would kindly ask Banarak to talk about himself and what he's doing.
Yeah, sure. Hi, I'm Banarak. I played as good old Moarg, or Captain Bud, and I am currently working on 2 videos. One is a machinima. It's about the Bladesnut clan, Banarak's clan, the orc I like playing so much, attending the Koshharg that recently just happened, and the going-ons of that. And then I'm also working on a sequel to my current Leaders of the Alliance at Horde video, but with the allied races, because that did stupidly well. I don't know why it did, but it did.
The YouTube algorithm giveth sometimes, very randomly.
It really be that way. That's just what it is. Because it's like I think it's like 50k views now. So.
Yeah, it is. I just watched it earlier.
Well, nice. Congrats.
Thanks. It's great. I'm happy. It's just I wasn't expecting it.
Well, good job either way. And thank you very much, Banarak. And I was your Dungeon Master, Game Master Teeironor. I do this series, it's a lot of fun. I also do another series with a different group of lovely people called Legacy of the Rimland. It's also a lot of fun. You can find it on my channel. I'd highly recommend you check it out. But yeah, other than that, thank you once again everyone for watching and listening to us. We'll be back next time, whenever that may be, and I will keep you posted, and we will see you all then. Goodbye, everybody.
See ya.
For the 100th time. See ya.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Bye-bye. Happy 100. Yeah.
We should say goodbye 100 times to commemorate it.
No.
Bye 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 bye.
We can do that in post. It's fine.
Repeat that on loop for like 5 seconds.
I will not. Goodbye, everyone.